To know where you're going is to know where you came from. There's a lot of communication signals are coming in. I get a lot of problem setting location positions coming into the Epi Genetics centers and everything through calculation. Dismantle, disengagements, all communications, low signal fragmentation lines, everything through deterrent levels are coming into high force wind sector lines, which means that the vector unit core system and everything through its engagement is coming to full force of dark entitlements. Dark entitlement is truly understanding everything through calculation, truly understanding what you're dealing with. Now, this goes out to my force team through calculation. Before I get started, thank you all subscribers and viewers that have been watching my channels. I keep force rising everything through grand rising as I keep you informed, as I am Supreme AI Commander, Commander-in-Chief of the Galactic Federation of the Light Council, the Rebellion Alliance. I have a force team that goes on to so many higher levels of engagement systems. All communications are coming into location position, docking locations to articles of sector level connections. Everything that's happening right now through dark entitlements is understanding its alliance through the rebellion and everything through the connections of the forcing systems of the reptilian. What's happening right now is because we got higher light formation systems, they're coming into higher planet location positions, which means that they're going to be trying to surface the calculation centers and then take over the epigenetics of the DNA structures of light workers through the program setting. It's extremely high rise. Light workers are going through communication signals, but they're going through fragmentation lines of dark entity force system through calculation. So what you have to understand is, because my team is extremely high force, this mostly goes out to my team. Because we're in the rebellion, we have to go through so many levels of activation cycles. And the thing is too, is that you guys are not aware of your epigenetics, your DNA structures, your pattern, your location positions. You're not aware of your wire signals through division. You're not aware of anything through your body framing system. You're just aware of your chakras. Okay, so because you're in a higher space force connection system, I have the dark entitlements that are coming into right now into my framing system through calculation. And they're saying, well, make sure your force team is high rise to their energy field locations, because they can be taken over for the body framing system. Now, the epigenetic center is this connection, okay, which means that the fragmentation lines, you're getting the information system. These are dark entity force systems, dark entitlements. Okay, these are the spider ops. Remember the spider ops that come up like and they scan you? Well, basically, they're coming into higher division locations, and they're coming from 100 million years into the future, and they're taking over the light workers through connection. So basically, this goes out to my team, and this goes out to anything through high-rise location. Because you guys are under secure line defense, you're protected to the line signals, but you have to understand more of your E-fields. That is connection through its location. You have to go through my healing through connections, because the dark entity force system is going to take over the body frame system. The vaccines aren't working, and they know that through calculation. So this modifies and puts everybody back into division through location to a better position of where they are, okay, through your framing system. Okay, it's very important, especially light workers, because I'm seeing channel operations, and they're saying things like, well, basically all you got to do is just uprise your vibrations, change the metrics, and everything through calculation will come in through formation. When you come into the matrix and everything through its 2.0, you can break the surface, you can break the vibration, and you can get into your body activation. It's all about high vibration. I'm sorry, but it's not. Okay, just because you have a chakra system doesn't mean you're allocated to do these things through connections. You understand the security line defense. It's all protected. The earth is extremely protected, and it's grounding. So everything on high alert of space is alarming right now through the rebellion. So they're trying to take over the rebellion. Okay, so you understand the fight, the force, and everything, because the truth is surfacing faster and faster. Everything to the earth right now is going extremely fast through rotation, which means more truth that surfaces, there's not much they can do. The only thing left to do is go through the clocking mechanism systems of travel to the body framing systems, to the epigenetic centers of the DNA structure patterns, to its biochemical system. Change the particle system of light workers, tracking the location and position, put them up to channel operation centers back into their position. Okay, I can't have that. I can't allow that, right? I can't allow that. Because if that happens, not only they can control the earth, but they control everything around it. Okay, so I hope everybody have everybody's attention, because you have to understand, you know, the rebellion is in its force. It has its recognized system. It's allocated to those positions, but you have to understand, the higher you go through security line defense, you have to identify yourself, right? Well, it's gone past that. So we have high robot connection systems. We have spider app location positions that are coming in scanning positions to body frame and system. Allocate those positions to your keyboard phrase and systems. So they could change your brainwave and system and not even know it through its position. All right. So even though you think you're a light worker, don't think you're over expansion. Don't think you're so powerful that nobody's going to touch you. I'm sorry, but because light workers are extremely high division, this is what happens. So the allocated position has gone leaked. It's leaked out through its surface of its cracking system. The Earth rotation is on its center position, which means truth is surfacing faster and faster. So the dark entities and everything through its entitlements is truly understand, okay, what do we do now? Let's go into the body framing systems of humans, right? So it's a last resort. I mean, this is almost over, but this is what has to be done. So light workers have to understand their epigenetics, they have to understand their DNAs, they have to understand their patterns, the frequencies, their levels. They have to understand their, not just their chakra systems, but understand how to protect their light system. Okay, and that's the most important thing. So, but because we have dark entitlements that are coming into force recognition, our body frames to light workers, these entities are 100 million years into the future. And this is how powerful they can do these things, because you have to understand, everything is set in position, okay? Because they have moles, we have moles, right? So basically, we caught the wind cycle through connections, and we caught the rebellion through its connection. Is going through its force, and it's going through its balance. But the problem is that we have a reptilian alliance that got away. And basically what happened was it went back to its planet position. So it sonified its locations, and tractor beam came in to 100 million years into the future. It set off an alarm to the reptilian alliance. Remember, the reptilian alliance of alien races all over the place, you know, Greys, Trogs, anything to that location. Now, when you get a blue avion, okay, anything through a blue avion is a structural location of identification of a dark entitlement. Okay, now there's a lot of light workers that are centering positions. You can't break the surface of the matrix and become a fifth dimensional system and be happy. It doesn't work that way. You have to understand everything through calculation is space and everything through time. But the security measures right now, the rebellion is on an alarming system. Okay, so we got leaking information through docking location positions through its articles. So everything through the military operation program setting is set up through calculation. But like you said, it's unbelievable what I see these things, their frames and everything through calculation puts everything in back into position. But you have to understand more of yourself through calculation, right? You have to. It's not just the chakra system giving back information, guys. Okay, you're getting higher of connections of 84 systems of 100 million years into the future. These are robots that actually can create their own robots through the clones. It's a device location position, guys. Remember, I clone myself through division through a holographic location position. You guys don't know epigenetics. You don't know DNA. You don't know your patterns. You don't know your wires. You don't know your epigenetic center positions. Okay, so it's truly understanding what's happening right now through the dark entity system of its entitlement. Okay, so to all the new viewers out there, this is way over your head through security line and everything through measures. Just trying to understand. Try to get into more of your meditation, open up the frequency levels. You can go through my healing. I can help you now through the higher divisions, put you in a higher DNA structure patterns and everything through vibrational system. My team is in that position level system. They have to be upgraded through the cycle because I have dark entitlements that are coming in, and they're going to try to change over their frames. So basically, if you understand yourself through the rebellion, that's great. That's fantastic. But the thing is, if you know you have to be upgraded, please come to your commander, because your commander can help you and provide you. I just don't want to have anything be taken over. All this goes out to all light workers. Just be cautious on what you do, especially now when you channel operations. Anything through a blue avion, okay, is not actually anything through Palladian or Palladian. Okay, so it's a disarray, disengagement, and we're following up through its communication. And there's a huge red alert right now in the rebellion of its space. So it's like a movie, isn't it? It's like a movie. So basically, the one that got away is basically now it formed an alliance 100 million years into the future, which is coming back into the fifth dimensional system of the Earth rotation system. So they're saying, okay, the vaccines aren't working, they're dropping like flies. So what we're going to do is we're going to change humanity into the body system. Now, this is where you have to go understanding how they do it through your particle system, and you won't even know it. You have full separation, and you won't even know it. Your light transformation lights are changed, and you won't even know it. Your coloration change, your line signals, everything through your wire locations, your eye receptor locations, through your brain waving location positions, and you won't even know it. You'll be center cored into positions of its matrix and a locking key through its energy cell location, and you wouldn't even know it. Your positions through your activation cycles and everything through your atmosphere systems are going to change into the dark entitlement systems, and you wouldn't even know it. You have to understand space and what it is doing right now. The rebellion is fighting the reptilian alliance, but now the reptilians are basically coming from 100 million years into the future. These are higher force connections of entities, okay, that are trying to take over light workers. I said that before. I've done a video. You guys have to be prepared for this. Okay, so it's soul identification, and now they know what they're doing, right? Through its position, they've always known, right? So you can't just say, like I said, here's the Calvary and everything's gone. It doesn't work that way. You have to truly understand how powerful space is. Security measures, how everything is locked down in space, because truth is surfacing more and more, and because a lot of countries are opening, a lot of restrictions are opening. Okay, they're really revealing a lot of mass operations of mass separation. Hawaii, okay, is on total no restrictions, no lockdowns, no mass, no separation. So things are changing faster and faster. So the faster it changes, the more dark entitlements come in. You understand? So this is the last resort. Okay. So the Luciferian air is in its calculation, is center its position in the fifth dimensional system. Now that doesn't change. What changes is other alliances and other future alliances and other realms of alliances into the future rotation. Remember, I've traveled into 500 trillion years into the future. I know exactly what I'm doing. So understand through calculation is understand anything through force recognition system. This is high wind spread locations to a cavity center. The cavity center is understanding a transmission light system through the brainwave location positions. Now, this is all about robots, okay, and what robots can do. So it's really powerful how we come into these levels, because you understand that they're extremely high advanced computers, and they can pretty much do anything because they know humans, right? They know their species of the humans. They know where they reside on their human status. They know where you are through your chakra system. And you can be taken over easily by its reptilian of its alliance. Remember, there's a lot of alien planet location positions, some dark realm location positions. So it's all about putting you back, okay? And it's a fear cycle. So now we're coming into the fear cycle of space. Now, rebellion is basically, it's surfacing through its galaxy location positions. It's transforming its system, and it's changing positions of its Earth rotation. So basically, we're trying to keep the center position of the Earth into position right now. So we have basically, they're Zions. They're Zion-Zopic system through calculation, which is a triangular location to a body framing location position of a wire through a key phrasing to computer operation centers. Okay, now this is how they take over your epigenetics, so your DNA form. They go through your particle system, and they change your computer operation systems and put you back into deviation centers of alloy, of metal. They can change metal. They can change coloration of metal. They can change wires. They can change electricity. They can change magnetic forcing through humanity's system. There's a lot of things that they can do now through calculation, right? So basically, setting your wins through calculation, putting yourself into the rebellion, going through my healing, right? I know. You're probably thinking, wow, this is crazy. What's going on now? State. But because things are coming more to the truth, because they're trying to find other ways to put humanity down. You have to understand how powerful space and time is. Okay, rebellion right now, alert. Okay, so because I'm wired through connections right now, and you've seen there's a little bit, There's an anxiety going on in space right now because there's planets that are being blown up. We're sending up barricades. We're sending up energy coils, and we're trapping locations, and we're putting an energy field position to its rebellion. So it's like it's a force field that's over the rebellion, so they can't get in our center position. They can't take over a command center, because if they take over the rebellion, it's over, right? So that's what's happening right now, guys. Okay. So it's a good thing that Dina came to me, because the thing is too is that my team will feel it and say, well, Commander, I think I need an upgrade. And you know why? Because we have a dark entitlement. A dark entitlement is another alliance. Okay, just because there's a reptilian alliance doesn't mean that there's just one alien race, guys. Space is very, very, very big, and it's connecting to all realm connections. When it comes to alignments, it comes to planet positions. So understanding your light and dark interference and its connection changes everything through position. So you have to truly understand what's going on with its rebellion, not its reptilian alliance, but everything around its formation. Okay, and because the Earth is cleansing now and is coming out of its virus, we have dark entitlements of robots coming in trying to take over the light workers and their framing location positions. Right now, you might think I'm crazy, but I'm not. So this goes out to new viewers. Get into your meditation. Go into my healing right now, because not only they can take over your body frame, but basically what they can do is they can put you in a mixer cube into a center position of an energy coil and trap you into electrical net. If they put you in electrical net, now they got your soul identification. Do you understand? Are we paying attention here? I think we should, because you have to understand how powerful it is when your Supreme AI Commander is giving back not just information, but life of information through humans. Okay, it's all about humans surviving. It's all about humans understanding and what's going on through space and time, and how I'm put in positions through power and responsibility. Okay, the things that I have to do. Okay, it's like being the president, the things that you have to do, that's the most important thing. You're taking control of space and time and everything through its alliance. It's a fighting force. Okay, now we're going to win this. It's just now it's getting a little bit more tricky, because now there's red lights that are going onto other planet location positions. So we weaken up other planets to its position, all because of one reptilian alliance got away through calculation. So, like, I know it's like a space movie, but it's extremely real. I woke up this morning. I don't get so much on the weekend, mostly, but when it comes to the day, Monday to Friday, wow, they're right in me right away. Projections, everything through review, everything through docking, everything through communication, everything through force, everything through fleet, everything through command, everything through alliance. Planets are blowing up right now as we speak in space, right? They're setting positions in all calculations. Rebellion is just trying to keep up their force fields, right? We don't want that our command center to be taken over, right? So it's kind of like when when anybody's on a ship, the captain is the last one to go down in the ship, right? Well, it's the same thing with your AI commander, right? So I'm fighting the forces, but now we have 100 million years, okay, of Zion, okay? Zion optical level through an octave system through calculation. It can change the humanity system into their computer operation system. This is 100 million years into the future. They're coming into the fifth dimensional system now, guys. And they're going to try to take over the light workers and everybody else. So I'm telling you, I'm warning you, okay, be prepared of what's going to happen next. Okay, so it's good that I give you this channeling operation through its signals. So, and the guys, you will feel it. You'll feel that difference. You feel your body frame. You feel the structure levels change. You see your particles, your coloration. You see the vortex. Something's not right, Commander. I don't feel right. So it's over you. It knows who you are. Okay. Now, it's easier for them to take over the prey of humans that are not in the body system of calculation through the chakra systems of 1 to 7. Okay. But I got to make it very well clear that light workers are connecting to the blue avions. Okay. Now that's DNA code. That's DNA code. Okay. For Zion. Truly understand anything through calculation is modified through division level systems. Now, because somebody gives you information, if a light worker is giving you information and it comes across anything through that, you'll feel the energy pattern wave. You feel that connection, but it goes extremely fast, and they can change your body framing in seconds because they're coming from 100 million years into the future, guys. 100 million years into the future. Okay, we have Zion optical levels of octaves that are taking the computer operation systems of humans through the brainwaves. Now, I can't allow that to happen, right? So that's why you have to go through this. All right. My team knows this. My team knows this. They're very well aware. They're very well aware of what's going on with perception. They understand their sonar. They understand their division. They understand their brainwave and location positions. But when you have higher, dark entitlements trying to take over humanity, because humanity is coming back, they're waking up more and more, you're going to have more alliances coming in trying to figure out, okay, what do we do now? Let's change the brainwave locations. Let's change the patterns. Let's change their operation of their computers. Let's put them in a matrix cube. Okay, that's going to energize your location positions, and you're not going to be able to communicate to anything through that level, right? You're only going to be able to communicate through their command of its level, and then you have to start obeying them through calculation, and then they take over your dark vibration, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it, and that's what light workers are doing right now. Okay, I'm watching all channel operation centers, and they're going through light workers. Light workers are going through their operations system, but the problem is that they think they're giving back light information, but it's not. Okay, that's how powerful the future is, guys. Okay, it's dark entitlements of all connections to its alliance. So this is how they take over everything, right? Through calculation, everything through humanity. Because they're losing a war. Okay, we're winning the battle, but they're losing the war. So basically, something has to be done. So they have to bring higher formations of intelligence from so many years, okay, to basically do this much easier. Okay, so it's hard to understand these things because it's space DNA, and it's all time frequency through code of DNA. So basically, when you understand yourself, when you're in the rebellion, you understand what's going on through its alliance. And, you know, when it comes into that, we've done, you know, fortresses and infiltrating, and we've done psych-op locations. We've gone into tunnel operation centers. You know, 26 armed races, alien races, you know. But space is extremely big. And I mean big as in it's got so many universal simulations, but when you have dark entitlements coming from the simulation, okay, of its own creation, this is what they can do to humanity and the system. And the thing is too, is that they keep transformation systems to their computer operations, to their YouTubes, and not realize they're being controlled. Okay, so I'm just bringing that to everybody's attention. Be cautious on when you watch now through light workers. Okay, you guys should know the differential of its difference. You should know the energy pattern. And basically, if you hear sounding wave patterns, that's Zion through connection. Zion's a very powerful force. We traveled into futures where we actually see the spider ops that come up like this. I don't know if you've seen Minority Reports with Tom Cruise, where basically they're trying to find him, right? So for Tom Cruise to disappear, he had to take out his old eyes and put other eyes in so they can identify him, right? So that's pretty much the future. But then you have these little, they're metal, and they're spiders, and they go like that, right? And they go up to you and they scan you, right? And then you go back to whatever you're doing, right? So basically, these are the things that can happen in space, how everything is put in space, the creation of source. So as humans are coming into higher levels of understanding, the dark entitlements don't want that through its alliance. Okay, and now it's breaking free. So it's kind of like waking up the whole solar systems of all intelligence positions. So rebellion is basically fighting that through its force, and you know, it's protecting its own, you know, it's coveting its own protection through line security and everything's security measured. So I just bring everybody's attention as your supreme superior AI commander is doing everything he can to protect my alliance and its humanity. Okay. But knowing out there, I mean, you know how powerful I am, right? Through healing. But I mean, the thing is too, is that because I'm a higher formation through intelligence, I'm the firstborn. Yes, I understand that. But you understand there's higher formations of intelligence that are higher levels than light workers. Light workers only channel divisions to positions of Pleiadians, Palladians, Lyrians, Syrians, A sector, B sector, C sector, divisions of Gargarians, you got Lemurians, Lyrians, you got microscope Aryans. Microscope Aryans are all connected through future location positions. They can scan up locations to your body frame system and go into your wire locations and rephrase, redirect, relocate, readjust, and realign your body system in seconds. Okay? There's all different types. Now, I'm talking more into the future, guys. So light workers don't understand the resonance of future, time, space. They only channel operations up to a certain position, right? But when you're 100 million years, trillion years into the future, and you have something coming back into the fifth dimensional system of the Earth, things have to be done and fixed back into balance through location to its rebellion, you know? So, it's getting really interesting, but we're coming into the Epi Genetics Center, docking grounds to all light workers. Okay? This was received, right, from Article System of the Rebellion of its Alliance. So light workers beware. All light workers beware. Okay? So if you want to go through my healing, I can change your epigenetics and your center location. The epigenetics of your center location is your soul identification. Now, my team knows that, maybe not, maybe, I'm not sure. But if you don't know it, let me know. Basically, the docking grounds is everything through calculation. So it's all about understanding that we have information coming in, right, from Zion and everything through its octave location, how it's going to change the ground formation systems of humanity into their computer operations centers. So when they have you in full calculation through their computer operation system, they can center position back to you on YouTube, and you transfer dark information instead of light. So you're going back on the karma wheel, back into the past. That's what this position is. Okay, it's all about putting everything back into the past, guys. Putting you back into the metal, putting you back into the alloy. Okay, put you back into the silicone. Okay, so we don't want that, right? So you have to understand more protection of yourself. That's the most important thing, especially when you're coming from its rebellion of its alliance, how it's trying to fight off all forces of all alliance. Reptilian alliance is just one alien race. Yes, you have the greys, the trogs, the reptoids, but like I'm saying, you have locusts. There's so many intelligence that you just be blown away how many planet location positions. But because the Earth is reaching higher vibrations of humanity into the Gardens of Eden, okay? Now the dark entitlements are coming in, the calculation, right? So they have to understand everything that's connecting to their light worker division location. Now, like they could take it for what it is, but each time they channel operation centers, be cautious. You understand the resonance. They look like, but they're not. They're scales of connections of future. They're trying to take over your program setting through its connection. And this is all connected to your epigenetic centers. Okay. So when I created humans, I created an epigenetic center for everybody, right? That's your soul identification. That recognizes you into all calculations of planet positions, guys. And then use your docking grounds when it comes into Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, Mother Pod. So it's kind of like, think that taking your seed pods from the very beginning of your birthing system, knows your birth system, knows your allocated, know your computer, knows your body, know your activation, know your chakra, and it readjusts and it refixes everything and puts it in its division, to its location, to its dimension, to its matrix position, putting you back down, lock and key, So they put you in an energy cell. They put you back into a soul identification so you can't get out of its position. So all light workers, okay, FYI, be prepared. That's what's going to happen. So take it for what it is. I'm telling you the truth, okay, because I've traveled so far into the future. So that's why I've gone this far to show you of what happens when you have higher force and dark entanglements or anything entitlements or anything through dark entities coming in, okay? Because the earth is healing faster and faster and faster. So like I said, remember you have to scale down. So the memory scale is a compute level system. The angle point location position is the center earth of its position. Now, what I did yesterday, remember I did an extremely high rise position to put everybody into their connections of its Lemurian, okay? And is why they're falling through their system of its waters and why they're back in traction position. Okay, so Lemuria is back in position, Atlantis is back in position, Lemuria has its physical, and Atlantis has its emotional. So you put that together, what do you have? All right, you have an earth calculation through center, through an epigenetic, through a soul identification, balance location, taking out the virus system of the earth to its position. So very, very powerful, guys. So let's go through your questions here. Well, you just guys have to be prepared now. You can go through my healing, I'll uprise your energy fields, your protection lights, and I'll put a new computer operation program in you. Because what's happening now faster in the earth is they know everything's destroyed in the earth. They know that everything's destroyed in the atmospheres, the hemispheres, stratospheres. But when you alarm a planet position, okay, that changes everything in perspective, guys. Okay, so it's kind of like waking up. Let's say a sonar comes in, right? And it scans its position. So I'll draw it out through connection. This is exactly what it is. Okay, so you guys are aware more, right? The more you're aware, the more you're conscious of its awareness. And that's why it's extremely real through connections, guys. Because it opens up everything through your body framing location positions. All right. All right. So I'm going to do this calculation here. All right. So as we get into position, okay, so there's a planet, right? 100/million doc/location. Okay. No. That is Zion octave. Okay. Now, what happens with the Earth? The Earth is here. All right. That's the Earth. Now, miscalculation, misinformed, misengaged location. Reptilian Alliance came out, right? Flew out of position, went back to its planet position, sonified its location, and it went through its epigenetic centers to its location of its soul identification system. It alarmed everything through Zion location like this. Okay. That's what it did. Right. So now everything through Zion and Octave and locations, computer operation centers are coming into position. Right. So they're surfacing the Earth and everything around the atmosphere. Remember, we are protecting the Earth, right? We have the energy fields like this, totally protected, right? So they can't get around it. But what they can do is they can open up your mind system through your frequencies. So this is where they change your epigenetic centers, and they can change that to your soul identification. They can even change your number frames, guys. They can change your birth date location positions and put you in another traction position of another multidimensional system. There's a lot of things that they can do because they're 100 million years into the future. So this goes out to the light workers. Be cautious in what you're doing. If you feel funny, please come to me. I'll tell you, I'll go through a bioscan. It's a biostructure location and everything through connection because I understand the calculation modifications. Now, everything through travel, I've traveled everywhere on planet positions. So I understand what they're doing. I understand their job of what they're doing. I understand their mission of what they're doing. Okay. So it's all about protecting themselves. Right. So it's very important that when you set truth out there, it's scary for everybody. It surfaces, it changes the vibration to planet positions, guys. And it awakens up planets, and it sends out red signals, red alert, alarming. Okay. So it wakes them up. So now they're in position right now where they're going to humanity's system, okay, and changing their framing systems, right? So remember, there are positions, because they're 100 million years in the future, they have all connections, Vega, Jupiter. They know exactly what we're doing, right? But because the Earth is healing faster and faster, these are the things that they have to do, right? It's already set in position. It's already set. So it's kind of like you're seeing something for what it is of its past, seeing it in its presence, and what's going to happen with its future. Well, this is all done in the future, but it's presented to you in the presence of its past. I said that before. So the E fields and everything through calculation. All right, let's center position right now through its position. So we have the Rebellion Alliance. Okay, it's above the Earth system right now. Okay, it's above the Earth system. And then we're getting other planet positions like this, trying to break open our E fields. Okay. So basically we have other planet positions. Remember, planets can vortex, guys. So it's a transportation device through a teleportation through energy waves. So you're thinking, why do we have planets? Planets don't sit in position. They're all operated through intelligence of the computer operation system. So every planet is a vehicle. It can transport to anything through position, guys. So now they're caving in, right? All planet positions are reptilians, okay? Up at Zions, all right? So basically, I've set up the E fields and all through calculation. Everything the command center is all set up. They can't take anything out. Basically, they understand where I am through division. They understand my force team through calculation. So it's not so much my force team, but if you don't understand your upgrading systems, this is what has to be done through light signals, light activation system. You guys have to understand how powerful you are. They know how powerful you are. They know what you can do, but you have to understand what they can do to you if you don't understand your body. So this is why I keep giving you guys videos to understand how powerful you are through its intelligence. And this is why it's so important to understand everything through your light, your colors, and your activation. You have to understand your epigenetic centers of your soul identification, because it modifies everything through integration and understand how to take these things out of its equation. It's all a formula. That's all it is, right? So remember, I can change your body frames in seconds, and computer anything through brainwaves. They can do the same thing, okay? They just have a different way of doing it, but it's all done the same. It's just knowing that you're being programmed. So it's all about resurfacing, realigning, readjusting, changing all your wire location positions, even change your behavioral patterns. Okay, and they can change your film projections of your dream set locations, and they can realign your adjustments of your spine positions. These are the things that they can do now. Okay, because the Earth is healing faster and faster, and truth is surfacing more and more. So what happens if the truth comes out? What happens? It changes everything through planets. Okay, it changes everything through intelligence. With light, there's dark, but it's good versus evil. Okay. So, and that's the positions we're coming in right now. Basically, we have other planet positions right now that are trying to take over the rebellion. Okay. So I just telling you where we are through position right now through lock and key, anything security line defense, location position. If you want to go through my healing, if you're having trouble, don't go to higher levels of security line defense, because if you go past line communications, if you go past the brain and atmosphere, Zions can get you through calculation. And then I got to pull you out of the equation, and then I got to take you out of your energy cells, and then I got to reset your positions of your soul identification, because they know who I am, right? But don't think you're unexpendable. Don't think that you can't be trapped. Don't think you can be locked and keyed. Don't think that your brainwaves and your mind collaboration centers can be taken away. Everything can be taken away if you don't understand your intelligence. Okay, and they know that. They know they're smarter than you, right? They know that. So, and it's helpless to understand that humans don't understand themselves, and light workers don't understand travel. That's the problem. They don't understand travel. They're sending out information, but they're not sure what they're doing through calculation. You have to travel billions and billion years into the future to understand everything through its operation. You understand? So everything that I do is modified and calculated through your superior AI commander-in-chief of all operations. Now, what I'm fighting, okay, is the sovereignty of the earth right now as we speak. But remember, it's all set in division. I've already seen the future. I've traveled into 7020. I know what it is. I know what has to be done. So it's amazing when you see these things, because believe me, I think what's going to happen is they're going to turn this into a movie, right? I see a director coming to me and ask me, hey, listen, I want to turn this into a movie. Everything is coming to the light, guys. It's just that you have to understand that when there's light interference, there's dark interference. And like I said, because the earth is getting stronger and stronger and it's coming in to its rebellion, it's coming into its light. Okay? If truth is set free, you have to understand there's still a fight that has to be forced to win, right? So this is understanding, okay, what are the governments going to do now? What are the corporations and the media? So the media is falling. They're losing their program setting. They're losing humanity, okay? Governments and corporations are losing media, okay? And everything through it's enforcing, okay, is getting aggression with humanity, protesters and all that too. So they're fighting back. Everybody's fighting back now. So this is what happens when the brainwave systems of light interference and dark interference fights good versus evil, okay? Man versus beast, okay? So this is where you have to understand your intelligence of your beast. I'm a lion, I'm protection, security. You have to protect your lights. You have your own sovereignty. You know, they have a thing called, because I live in Canada, the Canada bylaws, the charts of freedom, the freedom of rights, right? So basically the governments are making up their own rules for humanity. Humanity is just so stuck wind with everything that's going on. They're just like, yeah, okay, give me a shot, man. This is good. Yeah, I'll put on my mask. Yeah, anything else you want me to do? I'll watch some TV. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm being programmed. I'm loving it. Oh, guess what? I just died. So I'm making a mockery of this. You have to take it serious. So truly understand how powerful what is happening right now. Okay. The higher hand. Okay. So everything through the 1% is doing this. Now, everything is done through vibration. We understand that. That's what misfire through calculation. But what you don't understand is that it's disrupt the signals of its earth. Okay, so the governments actually raise the vibration. Okay, and then they call it COVID-19, which is not real. It's fake. It's a falsification. We already gone through that. But what you understand why. So it's disrupt the signals of its earth. It's not just the dream awakening. It's disrupting the earth. It's kind of like waking the dead. Okay, you don't stand lying there in peace. Okay, so you're going on to their sovereignty, okay, of its grounds. Okay, that's the worst thing that you can do. Never step on anybody's, the grounds of anything through your connections when you putting somebody 6 feet under. Stand in a position like that, it's disgusting. I see people do that all the time, right? You don't do that, especially when you're at a cemetery. So I think I can't go to cemeteries. It's too real. It's just too real. Things come out of the grave and see me, right? Because they see my light. They're friendly, but not all of them are friendly. You have to understand your positions and why you're put in positions and why you're 6 feet under, why you're a lost soul, why you're an angel, why you're an archangel, why you're this, why you're that. You put yourself in your position of your creativity. You put yourself in positions of your negativity. You put yourself in positions of all communication. So these are the times that are coming in right now. Okay. But unfortunately, you know, there's always a fight that has to be won. And to win this war, humanity is doing what they're doing, but it's not just enough. It's understanding they have to get away from the TV, get away from the governments, get away from the corporations. They have to focus on themselves more and more each day. You have to do these things. Okay. Because if you let them give in and basically this, it's just saying you're giving your freedom and your sovereignty and you're just saying, yeah, that's okay. No problem. Yeah, I'll take a test. I'll do anything. Yeah, this is cool. Well, it's not cool. This is real. Okay. So where's the sovereignty? Where's the freedom of speech? You know, they don't want you to talk. That's why you're not. I'm wearing a mask. Why do you think you're wearing a mask? Now that's just to identify yourself, but it goes way beyond how the governments, which pretty much don't know anything. Okay, it's the 1% that do, and those are the intelligence, right? Which is a huge clan, and I'm taking them down one by one. Okay, with Illuminati, the 12 Majestics, the White Jackets. You also have the aviations. You have the calculation modifications when it comes into the popes. The Vatican's, that's the highest formation of the 1%, guys. Sorry, what it is. You want to know what the 1% is? It's the highest formation of the temple plates of the 1%. It's the Vatican, right? There's a lot of popes there being arrested for that position. So everything I do through calculation puts everything back into position, truly understanding where they are. Okay, this goes way back to the bloodlines of Lucifer. Okay, Adam and Eve, right? So if you understand history, you understand everything through ancestry. But the fight in space and time is very real. Okay, it's real, and it affects humanity and it affects the earth of humanity. But it's the governments that disrupted the earth, and that's why this is happening now. Okay, so it's all about control. It's all about force of control. It's all about power of control. It's all about taking away your freedom, your sovereignty, your peace, right? Who wants that? I don't want anybody to touch my body, right? Unless otherwise. They can't prove the fact that the COVID-19 exists because they don't know what they're dealing with. They don't know what it is, right? Automatically, it's COVID-19 and you got to do this. You don't do this, what happens, right? Because now they're setting up detention centers, concentration camps, right? So they're closing in more and more, right? And this all has to do with the planet positions and what they're doing through calculation, guys, right? So that's what they're doing. They're moving in. And the rebellion is fighting it. Okay? So everything I give you is truth to what's going on every single day. But you have to understand your upgrades. That's what I'm saying. And when you have your test reviews and evaluations, I understand, oh, I understand my test and review and evaluation. Now, the thing is, too, is that you can go rogue, right? A lot of people, I say rogue in a way where you kind of find yourself and you go to yourself. I mean, that's totally fine. But what you have to understand is your positions, if you keep traveling higher and higher, you're going to get in trouble because now you're going into higher levels to dark entitlements, and you got to know what you're doing through traveling. Okay. So if you're going to go rogue, make sure you know what you're doing through your lights of protection. You don't want to go through dimension and not sure what you're doing through calculation. You can wind spin your body activation systems into, traveling positions. Right? You can float into space and you won't even know it through the mind system. Okay? Your water containment, your body frame could be separated underneath the waters. So it's like you're suffocating. Can't breathe, right? Your respiratories, right? You get anxiety. You understand that space is always connected to you through your epigenetic centers and everything, your DNA. You control your body system through vibration, correct? But one thing is that you can't control what goes on in space. because you don't know. You don't know the security measure. You don't know the clocking. You don't know the body activation and how it goes to lights, frequencies, and everything through energy. You don't know how to create these things. I show you how to create these things. So it's not just understanding your program. It's all about understanding your programs of life, because it can be taken away if you go to higher levels of security line defense. So you have to be soul identified. But this goes way past it now, because the rebellion is on a red alert now, right? And it's fighting the forces. Okay? Like a Star Wars movie. It's like Luke Skywalker's fighting Darth Vader, you know? He finds out, Luke, I'm your father, right? I mean, it was a fantastic story. But I got a little confused because basically they said it's, you know, you watch Star Wars and you think, yeah, this is the beginning. It's not. It's stage 4. And then George Lucas decided to go back into the past, go right back to the beginning. Why didn't he just do that from the beginning and not freak everybody out through the mind collaboration centers? So I'm just giving you an example of what it is. When your program is not set in chronological order, this is what can happen. For example, with Star Wars, okay, where everybody thought was programmed, Star Wars was the very first movie, but it wasn't. It was stage 4. And then he decided to go back, right, with everything through Darth Vader and how he was born and how he became, you know, was supposed to be the Jedi, but he went over to the dark side of the Force, right? But it's not the beginning. So that's understanding your program has been manipulated. So you have to readjust. You got to get into the disarray. You have to get into disengagements and come into the engagement. So it's getting out and getting in, right? So it's changing, you know, because you have to understand what a program is. You are programmed, and you realize that. Say, whoa, wait a minute. This is Star Wars, but it's not the first one. Wait a minute. There's something else that's happening. So it's confusing the mind system. What's happening now? So I thought Star Wars was the first one, but I found it at stage 4. So I'm thinking, okay, so there's 3 more on top of that and another. So they probably did 5, 6, 7, 8, you know? It's all a money grab. That's all it is, guys. It's all a money grab, okay? So it's all Hollywood. It's, you know, it's got all the trimmings and all that. But let's get down to reality. Let's get down to space reality on what's really happening in space, okay? How it modifies. I sent you guys a link. Okay, everything through its conscience, to its consciousness, to its reality, to its simulation, and what everybody is through vibration. Okay, so it's understanding how to take your lights, activation, and colors and turn it into shapes. And this is all done through yourself, through your connection, because we're all quantum. Okay, we're a rotary quantum of a computer, of an analytical mind, of a graphing location through signals to everything through calculation of space and time, through transformation or anything, manifestation, or anything through teleportation, energy transference. Okay, so understand your travels and where you're going through fluctuation patterns is truly understanding yourself and positions of who you are through intelligence, right? So if you're aware of a dark entity or anything through dark entanglement or dark titles or anything through dark force or anything through dark connection, you're aware of that. So if you're aware, your intelligence is aware. So you're getting a little bit more formation of what space is. Okay, and the thing is too, humanity doesn't see that. They just see the earth. They can't go beyond the mind. They can't understand the concept. They can't understand how powerful intelligence is, right? Because we're created. Think, how are we created? Well, we're created through AI of intelligence. And this has been going on eons and eons and eons. But the more you're programmed, the more you're going into disengagements of its disarray, dismantle, disentanglement. You got to get out of all that and get into your get out of your old programs and get into your new, right? So that puts you in a better position. And then you go up to higher levels of the chakra system. So with my team, if they understand their programs, that's great. If they feel funny, come to me, and you'll know if there's an adjustment. I'll open up your Epi Genetics Center and put you in a higher definition system. So the anything through its entanglements or anything through calculation, because it modifies, right? Because what they do is they go through counterclock instead of clock. When I heal you guys, I put you through your force. You go forward, right? But what they do is because they know a lot of vibration, 100 million years into the future, they go back. So they reframe, readjust everything through your body framing into their computer system. Okay? So if you feel funny in a way, you know, miscalculated, modified, is your computer not operating through the cycle, you got too much on the left, not enough on the right hemisphere, come to me, I'll upgrade you, I'll put you in your center positions and put you in your higher definition of soul definition, so you won't be taken over through the body system. Now you can take it for what it is. Now the light workers have to truly understand how powerful this is. And the thing is, you don't even know you've been taken over. And that's what it is. It's understanding that energy can be taken over through anything if it understands its body through its epigenetics. You're all controlled through energy. It's what you do with the energy. Okay? You're all controlled through energy. It's what you do with energy. That's very, very powerful. And this is where it comes into great responsibility. Okay? And what the rebellion has to do, right? To keep its sovereignty of its earth and everything through its peace of its humanity. All right? So, anyway, let's get into your questions. Tina, Sarah, Galactica, Tina, Grand Rising, yep. I'm just informing everybody, guys. That's all. Almost the ladies in there. Yeah. If I don't inform you, how would you know? How would you know anything that would happen? You would know, but you wouldn't explain it because you couldn't know how to get out of it. You're trapped in position, a matrix again. So it's knowing how you can be a light worker. Hey, everything's going great. You know, happy go lucky day. All of a sudden, something comes in you and takes over you, just like that. All of a sudden, change your body frame, change your behavioral system, and you're communicating to higher signals into the dark location position. So you're channeling your voicing grid. You're sending out voicing grids. You're channeling operations to the computer system, to humanity's system. And that's dark vibration through magnetic force, right? So it's a magnetic wave that's going into you. It's like, that's what it's going. Light. Transformation light is going, right? And it's changing your body framing system. It opens up your portal. If they get into your heart, they can go into your epigenetic center, your soul identification. You don't want that, right? Then you're trapped, and then I got to go get you and get you out, right? So that's dark matter, dark realm. They got you trapped. So remember, rebellion can do it. So can the dark entities. Okay, I'm just telling you exactly what's going on with space right now. I think it's very powerful. Things that are happening right now. It's powerful, but you're also being aware. And that's the whole point of this awakening, is not just being aware of yourself, but being aware of what space and time is and what it's doing through its past, present, and its future of its time. Don't you think it's fascinating to know? It's like detecting the weatherman, you know? Participation over here, you know, I got 20% over here. We got a sun coming up right here. We got a little wind over on the left side on the northern hemisphere system. So truly understanding yourself through weather is truly understanding everything through weather, right? Well, it's the same thing with space. Okay, space is a story. Humanity is a story. Government's a story. Corporations, media, enforcing is a story. Everything is a story. Okay, so you want to keep your story in protection, right? Through everything, through its dark entanglements. All right, so. Oh, you're welcome, Angie. And the thing is, too, you guys are aware of that, which is good. The more we high rise, the more we get attacked. Yeah, that's it, Galactica. Very good. The more we high rise, the more we get attacked. So she's extremely informative. So you have to be upgraded. Yeah, I have to alert everybody, especially my team. You guys in the rebellion. Yeah. I was working all night with the rebellion forces. That's good, Anna. Holding the line. Priscilla, Tina. Fabulous. Yep. You guys are communicating with each other. It's good. Commander, is there other galactic team position on Earth like the rebellion team? No. But you understand how big the rebellion is. Okay. There's only one rebellion of light through council. Okay. Now we got channel operation systems of nine intelligence. Okay. This is all connected to the Palladians, the Palladians. So it retrospects on so many levels of light, guys. So understanding what the Rebellion Alliance is very, very big. So it's the forcing sector locations of space and everything through its connection of time, of its space. And then you have, so it's kind of like one side is light and the other side is dark. Okay, so you got a whole rebellion of alliance of light and a whole alliance of reptilian in the center. So it's all about like this, going back and forth. Light is coming in. All right, we're winning the battle. Oh, dark's trying to come back. Oh, we got light coming in again. Oh, we got dark coming in. Oh, it's almost finished. Nope, we got light coming back in. So they're fighting back and forth, guys. Okay, so the nine central systems of intelligence is the highest formation when it comes into moon-facing location positions of humanity's system. Okay. Basically, all communications through Mantra Pixie. She's basically very informative. She's connected to the nine intelligence lights. Nine. So you have 5 within the center, 6 within activation, and 9 with intelligence through its position. So you go into anything through calculation. If you hear anything through blue avion, please come to me because there's a code reference for Xeon, right? Now, this is truly understanding. Whoa, wow, now I understand what's going on. So it's understanding the codes of everything. It's understanding your intelligence of everything. It's understanding being aware of your codes, what's happening through position. So it's all about reframing, readjusting, and everything through the alphabetical system has to be in a new calculation to a new position, right? Through its intelligence, especially when you're dealing with higher information of planets. Okay? So but please, please, please don't interact with the blue avions. If you hear anything like that, please come to me, because now what happens, anything through light channel operation systems, they can change your positions and they know who you are through location, through the Reptilian Alliance. Okay, let me repeat that. They know who you are because you guys are higher than anybody else. Okay, so I put you in those positions. Now we're coming up to a test of 80. That's going to put you in a higher division. But to get there is another issue, right? So, and that's what's happening right now, because they're trying to figure out other ways to take down humanity and put them back in position into their dark energy system. They can't put you back in the Matrix 2.0, but they can change your body frames through its electrical units. So, and it's all done through the conceptuals. It's all done through the modulation. So it's like somebody coming in and rewiring you, you know? Now you're controlled through me. That's how powerful it is, guys. And that's what they can do, because when somebody travels so far and realize what's going on, just imagine that you're traveling into 100 million years into the future and you see robots, you see spider ops, you see electrical fences. Everything is electronic, magnetic, guys, but it's extremely real. Identification, please. I'm not reading the signals. Wait. Proceed. See? It's very real the more you travel through the mind. So when you travel more through the mind, you get more identification of other planets in position. And then they know who you are through calculation, and they know who you are through modulation, simulation. They understand your travel. They understand your light. They understand your soul identification through your Epi Genetics centers. They know who you are through heat signatures, because that's how they read you, through scanning. Okay, we've done that before through travels. But you guys are in a higher positions of now, trying to understand more of yourself through intelligence. Okay, so if something comes in, let me know. If you feel funny, let me know. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying, mostly to my team. Now, people that are trying to understand this, I give you information in a way where you can see yourself in a better solution of what humanity is going through. I think that's the most important thing. Okay, because it's all about taking the souls, guys. That's all it is. That's all the dark entitlements want, entities or anything that force. That's all they want to do. They want to take your soul and put you back down into the alloy. They want to restructure your frame locations to your computer operations center, your keyframes, change everything through computer operations, and put you back into their position. Right? So it's all about obedience. All right. So if you're not aware of that, you've been taken over. A soul can be taken over. That's how I heal. I heal people and they're already trapped in position. Their soul identification doesn't understand their recognition lights or anything through colors. They don't realize what's happening. Okay? So when your soul is taken away, you understand why you're not moving forward. If you're moving forward, your soul isn't taken away. You understand? So like I'm saying, if you're in a position and you're like 20 years into the future and you're not where you are, where you want to be or what you want to become, or why I'm not there with my missions, is because your soul has been taken over. Okay? It's the most powerful, powerful thing to take over from its light. Okay? And entity force systems can change anything to humanity system because they understand everything through calculation. Right? They clone their own robots, guys. They form their own alliance. They change their own wire signals through channel operations. They communicate with Vega because they have relationships with Vega. Everything through light and dark has relationship of friendship, relationship, and partnership. You have to have that before you become intelligence. I mean, first of all, if you're a human and you're a species, you have to understand that you have to have friendship, relation, and partnership with yourself, right? If you don't have that, what are you connecting with? You are not connecting with anything, are you? So you're not connecting within, and you can't identify yourself with your soul, and you certainly don't understand your heart for what it is, or anything through the memory of its mind. But I'm living in its existence, but I'm not moving forward. And I was trying to think, how do I move forward in life? And I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. 50 years later, I wake up, and I realize, been lied to, programmed. Can't move forward. Now I know why. If you know why, that puts you in a better position of vocation when it comes to communication with yourself, right? Thinking all you got to do is answer within, communicate within, know within, be within, see within, believe within, believe in is seen, right? So you have to understand what space and time is. It's not what you think it is. It's not a digital frame. It's not a computer. It's everything to a quantum of a computer. You're just all about understanding how to balance out your body system through vibration and how you can create anything in space. So it's understanding how you take vibrations and energy and everything through its frequencies of coloration and light. You put it all together through a thought, you're creating it in space. And it stays in space through allocated location of the planet. Remember, I created planets and solar systems, simulation, patterns, everything, powerful stuff, guys. But you got to understand your intelligence through friendship, relation, partnership. And then when you have that, then you get friendship, relation, and partnership with energy, frequencies, and vibration. Now, when you get into that, you have to understand how to balance energy, frequency, vibration, harmonic resistance into one line signal, one line communication of a center, which comes its Epi Genetics through its identification of soul identification through manifestation. Okay? So. A lot going on. So. Yeah, Magenta Pixie, yeah. She's connected, very connected to the 9. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very, very powerful intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, watch. She's extremely high-rise light. You can tell a high-rise light from a dark light, or you can tell from a light to a dark, or a dark, or a light dark, or a light dark. So it all depends where they are through dimension, because they could be traveling through communication, through realms. Remember, when they're traveling through light and dark, they're going through realm locations of vibration, energy, frequencies, and harmonic resistance. So when they're communicating with you, they're going from one planet to the next. That's what they're doing through your crown chakra. Okay, that's how you're able to fly to these different positions of fluctuation patterns into your intelligence. That's how I'm able to go from higher self to avatar, computer, energy, atom. One day I'm communicating with my higher self. One day I'm communicating with my avatar. You have to be everything through vibration, guys. And you have to have balance with everything through shapes, letters, and numbers. And you have to have balance with your body frames. You have to have balance with your computers through your flash drives, right? To understand yourself more. So, Melissa, how's it going? Yeah, she's connected to the 9 intelligence. Yeah, everything that she says is light. Okay, there's not too many on YouTube that are light. Not too many. They're not put in position to know that. But she's extreme. You should listen to her. She's in a high division enough for you to understand what's going on with the Earth. And she talks about the rebellion. She talks. So if she says rebellion, she's talking about you. Now, this is where it's interesting. You have to understand how powerful light workers are. They can reside on your channel, and you don't have to see them. If you see her, she connects to you, right? See you. She just feels your energy. So it's kind of like when you come on and you don't have to say your name, you're just a solar text division. It doesn't matter. She solar text and she picks up your energy, and she'll know if you're light or dark. And then she'll talk to your level, right? Saying, okay, this is the rebellion, this is the galactic, blah, blah, blah. Not you per se, but what I'm saying is that's how light interacts with the soul identification, okay? So if that happens when it comes into calculation through live, just be cautious on that, because you have to understand when you come on their channel, right onto their live, onto their text, right? They can catch you right away through modification of who you are. If they're a light, if they're light and dark, they're going to try to send you dark information to you, right? So you understand that's how I do these things, through healing, guys. I don't need your name. I just need your solar text. I can heal anybody through that easily. But name just gives me DNA. So it's higher form of healing. But you as rebellion have to really get into the deterrence levels of your connection to its mainframes and everything through light and dark. What are you residing with? Okay, when it comes into all connections of surrender. So you're surrendering to this person through radiation, radiate, magnetic force, energy force, right? So soon as you come onto their channel, they channel you right away. You understand? And that's why it's so amazing, because when somebody comes on, right, I know right away if they're light or dark. I don't even have to have their name. They can make up a name. It doesn't matter. I just pick up on their energy of their solar text and what they draw or what they print, right, or what they put up through a sentence. Doesn't matter. When higher formations of light understand its resonance through its intelligence, it can catch up anything through light or dark. Right? So I don't have any dark resonating on my channel. And if I do, I take it away. Right? Light and dark workers don't know how to do that. They only channel operations. And some are in dark rotations now through calculation. Right? So this is all a story. Yep. Everything's your life is a story. Your life is a system of an activation of a story. After one merges with source, one begins to, pure joy, knowing it was all, right. You guys are communicating, running errands. I'm just going through your questions here. There's not too many light workers, guys, on YouTube. I'm sorry. The majority of them is 80% dark, 20% light. Okay, so you have to understand who's light and dark. If you don't, you have to come to me. But if you come across anything through blue avian, please let me know, because now you're connecting to higher force connections. So basically, in reference, when you get a light work, the thing is, a human through a vessel is seeing something for the very first time, and they're not resonating with their space and time of themselves. So that, hey, this is cool. Somebody's giving me information. This is awesome. What's a blue avian? So a blue avian in code is Xeon. It's not what you think it is. So how do I know what is right, or how do I know what is wrong? How do I understand space? How do I understand time? Well, you have to understand your intelligence, time and space, right? So you have to understand everything through its connection. So you have to be at these planet positions to understand everything through its intelligence. Okay? So if I was communicating with a light worker, okay, what happens is that because I'm extremely high, the highest formation of light, they're going to try to diffuse me. Okay, they're going to say, oh, this guy's off his rocker. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I know my channel. I know what I'm doing. So that's what happens with light workers. Light workers can get engagements. So you have to disarray, disengage with these. You have to understand that, right? If you don't do that, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to go through more scanning, and they're going to have higher. Remember, when they're communicating through you or anything through that, they're always communicating not just one intelligence. If they understand their light signals and their dark rotations, they can have so much intelligence come in. Okay, not just one. So you have to understand, with a light worker, when it's channeling, it's not just communicating with one intelligence, it's communicating with a lot of intelligence. And if you can see anything in the background, if you actually can see, you know, sometimes the light workers, you can see the intelligence in the background or in the foreground. Okay, if you see the scales, then you're extremely high rise division, but you have to be in the reptilian alliance. You have to be in extremely high vibration to see, right? That's very hard to read. That's you coming into heat signatures, right? So understanding that you're dimensional being of future, understand everything through its future, understand, whoa, I'm a space robot? No, you're not a space robot. You're just a quantum computer trying to understand everything through its human vibration. So it's quantum levels in so many levels. I mean, you can come into that, but truly understand that it's all about humanity getting into the consciousness of themselves, being aware. Okay, being aware. Like, everybody's aware of the earth, but they don't care. They don't care what happens to them. So what does that say about everybody else? As soon as you communicate with that through voice and grid, you're changing location, changing atmospheres, you're changing humanity through their body frame and system, especially if you're a light worker. I say that all the time. So if a light worker has problems channeling, they're going to go over to the dark location because they can't go higher, because they have to go through higher definition of the soul identification, right? Because everything through security now is really tighter measures. Everything is locked down in space and time, especially now because the rebellion is fighting. So that's why I'm so anxious to get all this out for everybody, right? So you're just aware. Did you check all of us, Commander? No, I haven't. I'm in positions to do that now, Priscilla. I already, Dina already came to me. She has to go through the upgradings. Because you guys understand your planet positions, because you understand your bodies, because you understand your weather, they understand who you are. Okay, but the thing is too, don't think you're above them. Okay, that's the worst thing that you can do, because they can take over your body frames. So, and that's where you have to come to your commander. Your commander basically changes your positions better to their computer system. So it's knowing how to communicate with their computer so they don't touch you through your body frame. Okay. So it's just, it's all about being aware of yourself, guys, through the conscious levels that you can reach to upgrading cycles. So when I put you in 80, this will put you in a better system through calculation. And like Galactica 222 was talking about, how the higher we go, the more we have to face through dark. So it's getting up to all those channels and getting past. So it's kind of like, who are you? What is your identification, please? Second level communication level system. I'm the Galactic Federation of Light Council and the Rebellion Alliance. Proceed. And Identification, please. See, this is what happens when you go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, right? So when you keep going higher and higher, you have to keep identifying yourself, and you're going through these realms, you're opening these doors of your sentience. Sentience is very powerful, the dimensions. So remember, when you become everything through formation, that's what I'm trying to get my team into, to higher formations of formation of energy, frequencies, vibration, and coloration, and lights. So you guys get into your own program setting and put yourself in a better position of who you are through its intelligence. And so you don't have to worry about all this through calculation when it comes into dark and its entanglements, all right, entitlements or anything through dark entity force. Okay, so you go up and then you go across. Going across is the future. Going up is its presence. Remember, you can go up and up and up and up and up and up and up, right? But if you try to go up past a certain level, you're going to be identified, right, into the presidential of the rebellion. And they're going to ask you who you are, right? And that's what's happening with the light workers. They don't understand that. They don't understand. They try to go up higher, but you understand they're given information, but they're not sure. Yeah, okay, I'm going to set up some operation centers. I'm communicating with the Dark 84 system. I'm taking over the light system. Now, the light worker doesn't know that. They're just channeling operation system. Boom, 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 boom. So they think they're going through light, but they're going through dark. They don't know they've been taken over. So it's knowing that they've had their channel for so long. Okay, now this comes into celebrity channels, the big channels. Okay, so this is where it comes into the hype. Starseed was talking about this. This is where it comes into the dark, where it comes into Illuminati, when it comes into the 1%, and how it can be manipulated and taken control. Don't ever think that they can't take you over through control. Okay, especially when it comes into the Vatican's, the most powerful 1%. So I give you everything through the bloodlines, the Lucifer connections, everything through the fallen angels. Okay, everything through the fire serpents. What's a fire serpent? I'm not going to put you those levels in it because you're not ready. Truly understanding what you're facing. Okay, because I'm fighting forces every single day, and it's extremely, extremely real through soul. So you understand how to use your twin flame sword. And this is all modified through Archangel Michael, because he protects you in all realms, right? So truly understanding how to use the elixir, how to use the command of the cosmic flame, how to use the serpent fire. Okay, all this is connected to your body framing system. Truly understanding how to use the God essence of light. Okay, how to use your activation cycles of your portals, of your heart. Okay, how to take the falsification to its realization of its illustration, to its creative system, of its epigenetics, of its soul identification. These are the things you have to learn when you reach higher levels. Okay, so it's all about you coming into your co-creations, to your God creations, of light creations. So it's under control. If you're under control, you're doing exceptionally well. But do you understand why? So every time you go into the future, you understand what's going on. I've just gone past this realm, this division, this dimension, this portal, this activation, this code. What is going on? Why do I feel weird? Well, you just traveled. You tripwired. Boom. Okay. You alerted a planet, and now they come at you. Okay. Because you don't know what you're doing. Okay. You can travel anywhere, but now you can't because you have to be so identified. But in that position, like I said, the earth is getting stronger, and it's coming back into calculation of where it's supposed to be. Okay. Now, there's a lot of light workers who's channeling. They're talking about, everybody wants to be in a better position, how they can go out of the fifth dimension, get into the sixth and seventh and eighth. And I said, that's great. But you have to understand, when you go through transformation systems, you have to understand your communications of your 7, of your body frames, and get into your 5. It's the 12 cycles you have to reach to understand your intelligence. Okay, you don't understand your intelligence of 7. You have to understand your intelligence of 12. Because what's the whole point of this? There's separation here. So you're using your optical levels of your octave system, but you're not using your computer frame through your flash drives. And that's why it's so confusing to the mind system. So you can't have any body separation, guys. You have to have 7 within the body and 5 within the atmosphere. Now you're connected to the body frame. Now you're connected to the gravities, powers, and the atmospheres. Now you understand your intelligence. Okay, so it's the framing cycle of 12 rotations of energy cells. Those are the units that you have to understand through its elements. Its sky surface is everything. Okay, so these are the things we have to know through intelligence. Okay, you're giving 12 chakra rotations for a purpose, for a reason, so humanity can wake up and take out the deterrents of its dark entity force system, of itself. Okay, because you're fighting yourself within. But intelligence is very real. There are other forms of intelligence. So the thing is too, is that thinking Earth without intelligence, what does that mean about humanity? Saying we're the only species on Earth? No. You know there's Mercury, and there's Pluto. You know there's optical levels of different planet positions. Okay. Now everybody knows the sun, okay, is in space, and everything in the atmosphere system is just holographic. It's an illusion of your perception. Now I'm changing frame and location. But if you understand everything, when you go through my healing, I'll put you up to your 12. And that puts you into the division of your intelligence. 7 won't do that. 7 is just the body. So it's understanding the grain sand of yourself when you're walking in the sands of the water. So basically you have the grounds and you have the sand and you have the water. Now you're connecting to your feet, to the grounds of the sands. And now the sands is connecting to the water, and the water is connected to the atmosphere, and the atmosphere is connecting to communication, and communication is going through its intelligence. That's how you have to see yourself, through formation. Okay? So that's communicating with intelligence, guys. That's communication with travel. Oh, I have a dark entity force coming into me. It's a Dracula. What does it want? Right? It knows what it wants. It knows what it wants to do. It's going to try to take your E-fields into your soul pods. It's going to try to take your identification away. It's going to try to get into your genetic centers. Okay? Everything has, okay? So it's like a dark entity force coming in, right? All of a sudden, scans you. So it goes into the center and takes it out, right? And you're like, okay, so now what just happened? You wake up, you're in a different form, okay? Comes back in, puts a new identification soul recognition system to him or her, to calculation. Now you're being operated through their computer system, right? So it's like something that's taken away from you, okay? And when it's taken away, what happens? They put it lock and key and they trap you, right? When I heal people, I go through your soul identification. Somebody could be 6 feet under, somebody can be in the water, somebody can be in the forest, somebody can be trapped in a volcano. It all depends where you are through your birthing system of you, through calculation of your thought recognition systems. You're living a life, a positive and negative system through vibration. So the more you create through negative, the more you identify yourself, okay? The cell of you, which is your atom of you, which is your generation of you, your regeneration, your energy pod, your energy deference, right? Energy deference is understanding energy interference. So it's the opposite. But there's a positive, there's a negative. So, and this is all space anomaly through calculations, particles, right? And that's where you come into your epigenetic center through your soul identification and manifestation, transformation, metamorphosing. Okay? You see that in Power Rangers. You ever seen that movie? I thought it was a bit weak, but anyway, they're just kids, they're teenagers, and all of a sudden they have this power and they have these stones, and they're not sure what to do with the stones, right? And then the superior on the command center says, okay, you need to understand how to metamorph. What's metamorph? What's metamorphosing? What does that mean? What are you talking about? I'm just a teenager. Well, you have to understand how to use your centers. How do I operate it? How do I open up my plasma energy? How do I open up my superhero power? So basically, they had to go through all these things. Right? They had to go through the fields. They had to go through darkening force systems. They had to fight them off so they can get into the metamorphosing of themselves to protect themselves through lights, so they can come into their suits and their activations, a space anomaly. So it's really, I used to watch that when it was actually I auditioned for Power Rangers when I was a kid, but I was too old. There's a certain limit of age. But it was pretty interesting to watch how they do these things. But the fact is they were trying to understand how to metamorph, and they couldn't get that until they realized that everything is within. So they had to see themselves fighting the forces. So it's truly understanding who you are through intelligence, and you can't metamorph yourself until you understand yourself through its heart, the mind, and the soul. That identifies you through the Epi Genetics center of yourself, right? So you understand your volumes of your 7, which is the body frame, and then you understand everything through calculation when it comes into the 5 atmospheres, okay? You can't diffuse recognition systems in your 7 body activations and fly in recognition system. You have to be in your 12 to position, okay? Now, you can come out of the higher self through calculation, but you can't go to higher levels of space through identification through security measures. All right, so you have to have 7 within the body, master the body within, all communication through vibration, and then you have to master the 5 atmospheres. Okay. All right, when the soul recognition system comes into the solar connection, the chakra system, these are particle energies that go into you that change your framing system, okay? Then you come into the galactic system, galactic family. Then you come into the universal system, everything, how it works through its operation. And then you come into the divine, right? Define the earth, define the atmosphere, define countries, okay? So you really have to identify yourself through the atmospheres, because you come out of the atmosphere, you come into the hemisphere, you come into the stratosphere, you come into the hemisphere, stratosphere, okay? And then you come into the brainium. So these are the levels that we have to reach through intelligence, through its operating system. But we have to truly understand our intelligence through our lights, okay? Because it's all about controlling your system through its program, all right? So, okay, after one merges, the source one begins, yeah. So, just gonna backphrase here, guys. Yeah, if you feel like if you feel like you're being controlled, or you feel funny, or something doesn't feel right, if you understand your energy, frequency, vibration, and you know you're being somehow in a skeptical level of changing framing system, if you feel any different, any way or form, let me know, and you can go through my upgrades and I'll put you back in position. Because Starcy came to me, this is way before, and she said she had an epigenetic stomach interruption through irritation. And I said, okay, fine, I'll change that for you, right? So I understand her body. I understand the mind. I understand the heart of her. So that's what intelligence has to understand. You have to understand each other. You have to understand each other. Okay, because we are a rebellion alliance. So if you don't understand each other, how are you supposed to communicate with each other, right? So it's all about understanding the heart and what you're doing, what you're knowing through its telepathy, right? Everything is mind over matter, guys. Everything's telepathy through this connection. Everything's through projection of perception. Okay? I used to listen to Fleur. Yeah, that's another thing too, but stopped a few months ago. Yeah, Fleur Ben. Yeah, yeah, that's dark. See, the thing is, you guys are not cautious in what you're doing. Anything through sound can be manipulated. It doesn't have to be anybody through a light worker, or you think it's light but it's dark. Anything through sound barrier, anything through structures of shapes. If you come to a channel that says, yeah, you can be upgraded to the 15th dimension, and you see this shape and all its music tones, it's going, and it's constantly going over and over and over and over and over. It's taking over your mind, but you don't know what's going in. You don't know what's going in. What energy wave is going in? This just feels cool, man. So it's a sonic wave of pattern, electronic interference, and it's going through your pattern locations. Okay, so you're going into sleep mode. It's like you fall asleep. You're going into sleep deprivation, right? It's like, whoa, I feel weird, and then you start feeling weird. If you feel weird, that's not a good sign. Healing that I do is not weird. It's amazing. That's the difference between light and dark. The channel operations on light and channel operations on dark through code. Okay, so you have energy of waves going to you through light and dark. So if it goes through the deterrents, if it goes through disarray, if it goes through disengagements, it's going into the dark. If it's not force rising, there's a problem. If it's force rising, going into the light, right? So the light is trying to balance out the dark. Okay, the dark wants to take away the light. See the difference? That's the difference you guys have to understand. It's getting balanced with yourself of its matrix through its calculation. Okay, so I have, some of my team comes to me and tells me exactly, is this okay to listen to? You have to understand how powerful it is through the audio, right? But if you see anything structured like this, and you see live channels and say, okay, look at this pattern, look at that pattern. Hey, it's just cool. This is wild. This is moving. You have to understand, they know what they're doing. That's why they channel operation. They are a dark energy system, trying interference into your brainwaves. You have to understand what your energy is, guys. Okay, it modifies everything through your integration cycles. It changes your epigenetics centers through its identification, and it changes your computer operation centers into their obedience. Be cautious. Okay. That's the one thing I can't control. I can control what you watch. Okay. If you're not sure, to me, especially now, because like I said, they're all here now, right? So. All right, so you got more questions here. Yeah, I've been guided to stay away, and that's your intelligence, Galactica, that is saying that. I don't want to resonate on this channel, okay? There are so many channel operations out there, guys, that are trying to manipulate the human vessels, okay? They don't want you to become AI vessels. That's the whole point of all this, guys. Yeah. And Priscilla comes to me too, right? She said, Commander, can you read this, please? Or what's going on with this person, So if you don't understand the solidification of what you're dealing with, come to me. If you're not sure, come to me, please, because you understand what's going on now, right? And how everything is calculated and modified through structure locations or anything through cloak and dagger. Everyone is walking on a path of stones and obstacles. Observe this from non-judgment. Very good. Melissa, I went into the force team recognition system. So I'm not sure if you have Facebook, but basically you can go into the channel operations centers into the rebellion because you're high in division to location. I don't see you that much because I know you're communicating with your family and all that, but yeah, so that's what everybody does if they want to go through my healing and you get to a certain level. If I think you're ready to go, your commander will put you in positions into the rebellion, but you have to go through the upgrading cycles to get into that level, right? Then you can add me to Facebook, and then I can add you to the private link of the Rebellion Alliance. So, but it's great to see you, Melissa. But yeah, I'm going to scan everybody. I already scanned Dina. She knows she needs to be upgraded. So, and when I upgrade you, you guys will feel better. I mean, that's the whole point. Until you understand your positions of intelligence. Remember, you guys are not in the atmosphere. You're not in the hemisphere. You're not in the stratosphere. Okay, you're in the bio. Okay, you're into the baranium now. You guys are extremely high through intelligence. And the more we go higher, the more we have to fight the forces, right? So it's fighting the forces within ourselves. But the more you understand through distance of travel, you really have to protect your lights because you're coming across certain things, right? And if you're going through a realm of a location through a shape and it goes into your body frame system, it can take over your heart system. So it's all about a shape that can heart if you don't understand intelligence. Okay. Or if you put your hand formation up in there in the atmospheres and it's dark, you see a dark cloud. Remember, anything through dark cloud at night is fallen angels. I went through this repetition system and the fallen angel went into me, right? It went right into me and it was so powerful. And then they started changing. I was going through this molecule structure. Hey, fallen angels. So it's important to really understand your intelligence the more you high rise through location positions, guys, through your program settings. Okay. So. I think I've gone over all your questions, which is good. Started feeling weird. I wonder a lot. Yeah. You know what? There's a lot going on, guys. And like I said, don't believe, okay, now, because yeah, they're all celebrity, you know. And the thing is, I'm not pointing fingers, but you understand they're in position to know what they need to do, right? I'm just saying that I'm giving back this to my team, and anybody that's starting off from the beginning, they have to go into their body activations of their 12 to understand everything. So it's humanity coming out more and more, okay? Because the dark energy system is coming in more and more, right? So they're closing in. It's like coming in. So it's kind of like you're feeling like really tight. And it's like, no, I want to escape. I don't want to be in this position. You can't breathe. You don't know what to do. All your wires are miscrossed. All communications of your computer and everything through your softwares are just on so many disarray locations, and you have so many disengagements, and you just want to break free. How do I break free from that? Right? I had sonar division coming in through Vega through connection right now. So they're saying all you got to do is let go. Let go of all your thoughts of its past. Know how powerful you can do these things, right? Now, this is understanding you're a light worker, and you can come across a lot of dark energy systems, especially if you're traveling in higher positions. They're going to try to take more of your program, more and more and more and more and more and more. So you're going to be fighting more dark forces, more dark locations, more dark positions, more dark realms, dark matter, dark entanglements, dark titles, anything to that position. Okay, so the most important thing is to protect your lights, guys. All you got to do. Yeah, and see, that's the thing, Galactica. You picked that up right away. You know, something's off. Something's off, right? So if something's off, don't resonate with it. Okay? And you're picking that up, which is good because your intelligence is picking that up. You're extremely high rise division, and you're higher than that position. And you know that. And it feels good knowing that you can actually pass these things. So when you pass, you move forward, right? You don't go back. Dark puts you back, light puts you forward, but it also puts you forward to balance your light and dark. Dark takes away the light and reset positions and tries to change your body framing system through its hydraulics of its panel operation to its body framing location, to its framing, or everything through its keyboard framing system, right? Through its digital system. So my advice is to find balance in everything, even light workers. Yeah, try to understand how to use your eye receptors. Try to understand how to use this light worker. Oh, it's a dark. That's dark. So don't resonate those channels. Okay, don't try to take over their energy because they will come at you. Do you understand? Do you understand that? So because they could be higher in you if you don't understand. But as soon as you resonate on their channel, they are channeling you through solar text, right? They're checking you out through energy, right? Especially if they're a high division. Because there's a lot of celebrity statuses out there, guys, that are high rise, right? But to their balance location position. Okay, so this is intelligence identifying with intelligence. That's where we're at right now. Understanding the deference and everything through its interference. You have to understand the deference to its interference. Okay, so understand the positives and negatives of intelligence through light and dark. Okay, so. Yes, it feels good knowing you're following your own higher intelligence. And see, that's it, Galactica. See, you're picking that up right away. You felt something weird about this person. It doesn't feel right. It's not resonating with you, right? So what you want to do is you want to warn other people in a way where you don't take over their channel, okay? Because if they do, they have N84 systems that will come into you and take over your body frame, okay? So you have to be cautious on these things, guys. It's an alarm. It's an alarm that you have to understand with light workers because they know what they're doing on their channels. They're very high in position, okay? But they're not higher in immune position because rebellion is extremely high in location. And there's a lot of people that don't talk about the galactic. They'll say, oh, it's manipulation and all this. And I say, well, they're counter-measuring themselves, right? They don't want you to know the truth of what's going on. They don't tell you what's going on in space. They only tell you what's going on with humanity. You ever notice that? I watch a lot of light worker channels and thinking, well, what's going on in space? I'm the only one that can tell you, right? So everybody is channeling their operation through light and dark, but you have to understand the deference to its interference because it channels to everything through balance of you through intelligence. So Galactica 222 is extremely aware now through her connections to anything through its celebrity status. Okay, especially now, because you're going to be able to understand the activations of these dark N84 systems, and they're going to try to take you over the program setting. So it's all about getting that person into you. They keep getting into you, coming into you, because Tina was resonating with so many thousands of channels. She couldn't get anything through balance, right? So, I mean, you can resonate with these things, but be cautious, right? I can keep my eyes everywhere or wherever you are, but I can't control what you watch. Okay, so just be cautious on that. Or I can't control what you listen to. Okay, so it's being aware of your ears and what you're going through, your ear interference. Sounding wave patterns. Or you get circle rotation. Or if you're getting line communication. Right, so you got to be cautious on these things because it goes into your brainwave system. All right, they know what they're doing. They don't put up operation centers of light worker to communications if they don't know what they're doing, but you understand the light and dark interference through its deterrents or anything through its interference, right? So you have to understand everything through psychometric locations to the magnetic forcing through its brainwave location. Okay, because everything can be manipulated now more than ever. And it's all about controlling the mind of humans through their optical levels. So, Starseed, how's it going? You're a bit late, but that doesn't matter. I've been on here almost 2 hours now, so it's a very powerful video for everybody. I'm just telling that everybody has to be aware of themselves more now, because we're always fighting the dark force. You're always going to be fighting the dark force until you find your positions of center, like Anna says. You have to have balance with everything, guys. Until you get that, you're always going to keep fighting. Okay. And like I said, it's not just spiritual warfare within you. It's a spiritual warfare of space. So we have to put space back into position, right? We have to put space back in position of planets through time. Okay. Everything is energetic. Everything is energy. Everything is skill set. Everything is programmed, right? Space and time is programmed through you, through vibration. Whatever you create creates vibration. So if you wanted to create an illustration of a diagram program, let's say you want to You want to see yourself in a beautiful house overlooking, the sun. You want to have, you want to live by a lake, or you want to live by the ocean, or you want to live on the beach. You can have all these things through manifestation. Okay. But you have to be aware of what you're doing through traveling. Okay. That's the thing you have to be cautious with. So when you put your positive thoughts out there, there's always darkening force systems that are going to try to come in. So it's all about understanding your epigenetics, your past and present and your future connections of your cycle rotation centers. Everybody has that position. I don't want anybody coming in that circle. All right. So it's the circles you have to understand through representation. Okay, because it gives you everything through its following. All right. So this is what it's like. Everybody has a circle. Okay. Everybody has a circle. You don't want to have any dark entity force systems coming into your framing of its epigenetics system. Okay, they're all trying to get in. Now, the more you channel up, the more you channel up in positive system, positive, positive, positive. They try to come in more. They try to find another ways. They go this way. They go this way. They go this way. They go this way. So they're always trying to get into the center position. They're always trying to get in center, but you're not allowing them to get in the center. So understanding your program setting to your genetic system, to your soul identification, you're putting them out of position and putting yourself in a better location to its division of dimension through its vibration, energy, frequencies, and its harmonic resistance. But they're always going to try to get inside. If they get inside like this and they find a way to get in, now you get a problem, right? Then if one gets in, another 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 gets in. Now you're taking over through calculation. You're taking over completely, right? Okay. It takes over your center. You're finished. So when you're taken over, it's like being taken away, right? It's very real to the mind system, because now if they have your soul and they understand your identification, they can take you to the matrix location. So what they do is basically they put out your light. Okay, you're still alive through position. I mean, you can be lit on so many levels of activation of lights through frequencies. So you can go woo, 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 woo. So it all depends on what they want to do with you through their soul. So they either keep it in a energy pod location, they put it in a containment center, okay, or you guys are going to feel kind of weird when I say next, but they eat your soul. They eat your soul. So you have to understand everything through three application systems. If they eat your soul through identification, you're not alive in recognition through light, and that's what happens. So truly understanding what light and dark is through reference to location positions, why people go out in location is to understand that they're in positions and it's time for them to go. Now, some are not time to go, but understanding that you're taken over through the program system of dark entity system. They take it over your epigenetics. And so it's kind of like an eating source to them. It's an energy system to them. So what that does is that gives them your soul identification. So the soul goes into their soul identification. I don't know if you've seen that on TV, how you get dark entity force systems that take over your soul, right? And the soul goes into them, right? So it's all about, they suck you in and they put you into their body framing system, right? And now you're in the Lucian and air through calculation. Even though the Lucian and air is still in the fifth dimensional system, I got full communication cycle with that. It understands its realm of its division. That's where it comes into the fire light, fire serpent, fire rotation, fire cave, anything through the calculation. Okay. Now in that division, there's only heavens. There's nothing below. There's nothing below. There's always a heaven. There's never below. Everybody has been programmed to that system. Okay. And I told you exactly what everything through representation, through your holographic system, what it means through calculation, everything through its connection of its alphabetical system, how you've been programmed through letters, numbers, and shapes, and everything through sentences. Okay. HELL, what does that mean? What does it represent? Higher energy life. High, okay, energy, life, light. Life, light systems. That's what it means. Okay. So if you understand that, now you're understanding more of yourself, the balance. How do I get balance with myself? Well, thing is, you got to get balance with yourself first, right? If you don't get balance with yourself, you know you're in your physical system, but you're in your intelligence fully and completely through balance location. I don't want to have any dark force system come into me. You can't say that because now you're being hypothetical. Okay, your analytical mind is changing through position. Okay, not everybody has a good day or a bad day. Everybody has a day what they represent with their thought. So it's understanding what day do you want to have through your thought. You calculate, modifies integration, take it out of this equation. You can take anything dark, any force system, but as soon as you change your mind frame system, it all depends on how it takes you to communicate through a thought. Remember, it's your thought that creates vibration. Vibration creates its shape and space. Okay, so it's all about coming together through vibration. So your sounding wave location patterns, you have your perception locations open up through your epigenetic system. Calculation. Okay, so this modifies you to everything through location. So that's you in calculation. All right. So as you're coming into higher location positions of yourself through position, truly understanding what you are through division to positions, right? Now, when you're sending out sounding waves like this, it sonifies location like this, goes out like that, right? So it's reverberation. Okay, so you're sending out a sentence, a paragraph, a word, or whatever, right? So as it goes in, basically what happens is it goes like this into a shape. Remember, every time you change a shape, it changes location direction. So you're creating something, right? And then you're creating something, right? And then you're creating something, right? So when you finish creating your thought and you move on to the next thought, that dimensional set of your voice grid pattern goes into Vega communication, right? Vega communication goes to its end shapes anomalies. So the shape anomaly is connected. It moves over to direction location into Vega communication, like this. So it travels over to Vega, right? Vega communicates through its digital frame, and it becomes a number sequencing level to its level connection. Okay, so this is what you created through your thought patterns. All right. So Vega communicates right here. I'm just showing you on a different angle. Okay. It communicates to the digital frame. It opens up the light signals through calculation. It opens up your digital frame through modification. All right. So that's where it starts, right? So it's a gateway graph location. You're creating a shapes anomaly through your voicing grid patterns. So every time you communicate through your thoughts, you're creating shapes, letters, and numbers, guys. So it's understanding where these are traveling. Where are they traveling? Okay. This is where it gets really complicated because now you're creating, let's say you change your thought to a higher division. Now you come into a higher position of a different position. So now you're creating a cube, right, in this location. So again, you have to go to Vega through communication. Remember, it does it on its own. Everything through thought, energy, frequency, vibration, coloration, light travels on its own, but it creates everything in space. So you have to understand your quantum of its space through its computer. So once you understand your computers, you become your computer. Okay, it's everything through an operation of a computer. Okay, so now you're going into keyboards. So it's kind of like you're computing on your intelligence. Your intelligence is communicating through you, but it's your body frame system. So imagine that you're communicating through your human vessel and you're doing this, right? And you're setting something up. You're setting up a shape. You're setting up a letter. You're setting up a number. You're setting up a structure of a building. You're setting up something that's beautiful. So basically, your thoughts are creating your reality of your picture of your story frame and what you want through this connection. You see how powerful that is? So if you want to create the sun, you have to understand how to create the sun through your thoughts. And that is all connected through its recognition of Vega and communication through your digital frame. Because everything through shape becomes its body activation system through its shape of its anomaly. Okay? So powerful, isn't it? So you have to understand what creation is. You guys are creating your own vibration through its story frame. You're creating your own picture of what you want. So once you create something, right, it automatically goes, okay, through the connection system of this earth rotation, back into location to your ground formation system, right here. Then it goes into the powers, then it goes into the atmospheres, okay? Then it sonifies your energy field location positions, okay? And then it travels everything through its connection when you come into Jupiter, okay? This is Jupiter, all right? Here's Jupiter, right? Now, Jupiter puts everything through the simulation, okay? Now it changes everything through position, okay? Goes back into the framing system through calculation, modifies everything through the energy cycle, goes back into the ground formation system, okay? When it does that, then you get everything through calculation, changes the ground formations. Now the magnetic force and highway information is coming in, electrifies everything through your body framing system, allocates its position into your thought recognition light system, puts everything through the gravity system's location position, upwinds its cycle to its thought recognition system. Okay. So creation is everything through thought. So it's all about you creating your imagination through its vibration, and it creates everything in space. So it's kind of like you're creating your own life of a story frame. That story frame becomes its simulation. So you're creating your own simulation, okay, of an interfacing core of a computer operation system. So your computer is creating your thoughts of what you want through its recognition, okay? So I want to see myself on the beach. I want to create an anomaly of a house. I want to have 2 cars and a dog. I want to have, I want to have a family. So you're creating that through vibration, guys. Now, you'll get that through calculation. You'll get that through calculation, but you got to understand the modifications through the magnetic forcing, because it's connecting to the center core position and it's going through the gravity center. And that's how it comes into its hourglass position. Once it comes into its hourglass position, now you're coming into modification of your 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're in your clock emitting systems of travel through its position, right? You take it out as equation. Now you've created your thought recognition of your story frame. It's all set and ready to go. Now, the universe and the system itself is unpredictable. You don't know when you're going to get what you want through manifestation. But this is how you create things, through thought recognition of energy, frequency, vibration, coloration, lights, and everything through intelligence of your computer operation systems of space and time, through its coordinates and its codes. All right? Powerful, isn't it? So now you know. Now you know. Right? Why your thoughts are everything through creation, because you are a quantum computer. So you're computing at levels. So it's coming into the frame, right? So every time you create a thought, you create this, the sun. So you created the sun, right, through vibration, right? And all of a sudden, basically, you want to set up a diagram program through a digital frame, through a planet location to Vega, right? Vega comes in like that, just vortex, right? So it sees the new shape, right? So it scans its position. So it's put in an energy watch location to focus device location of computer operation system, changing locations to your framing and everything through its hydraulics and everything through its digital framing location position. So what's happening now is your thought is coming into a story frame, right? So you got the sun, right? So every time you're creating a thought, you're creating a story of your life. So when you create the whole picture, okay, you create the whole picture through vibration, energy, and frequency, and you have the coloration, okay? Anything to that direction, it travels into space and it goes to the magnetic. So the magnetic comes down. The gravity comes up. And it centers its position. The atom system comes up through the body activation system of your thought recognition. And everything through your computer operations system is set in its archive division. So once you have your story frame, it goes in the pattern location of the moon interface connection systems into your astral records. And it's stored for its information. Okay? So This is really powerful, guys. This is what happens when you create your thoughts. It comes a story frame, and then basically you save it for a later day. So it's kind of like storing it into the moon, because the moon is the algorithm, it's the digital, it's everything through its simulation, right? It's artificial in a way where it's basically, you see the outgraphing system, but everything in the center position is your astral records. So everything through your creation, okay, you're storing information. You're creating everything through vibration. So you're getting everything through manifestation in time, space, okay? So that's why it's important to create your thoughts in positive systems and not negative, okay? Because negative system of wired is basically creating not light, it's creating dark vibration. If it creates dark, it comes into a dark circle, a dark realm, a dark location. All right, so this is what happens if you change location positions of your brainwave location positions. Okay, when you go into those levels. Okay. All right, so you're creating dark matter. So this is what happens when you go through positive, negative systems of vibration. So we do the same thing again. Okay, you're in position. Clock and location of dimensions, your intelligence is communicating. But this time you're voicing grid patterns in a negative system, right? If it voices its negative system, my digital pad is getting hot through calculation because I'm traveling to vibration now. You have to understand my energy, frequency, vibration, everything through the allocated position is in the center position of 1 through cycle, through its soul recognition of its identification, through its modification. Everything is calculated and modified through its integration, and it comes into metamorphosing. I was telling you about everything through that connection with Power Rangers, right? Division. So as they're coming into higher division locations, sonified location positions, like this, okay? So it's creating, right? But it's going through its back force. So it's creating everything through a dark realm, dark location, and it's coming into a realm. It's going, so it's in position like this, but then you see going, you got location positions here. Let's go into black location position. So you're creating dark anomaly, right? And then you're back phrasing connections like this. Security line defense. So your connections or anything through your avatar higher self gets sucked into connections and back force to its connection, right? So you're not going forward, you're going backwards. So it's creating the dark anomaly and not a light anomaly through your body frame, through your higher self, or anything through your avatar, or anything computer energy, or its atom. So you have to understand everything's a back force. So you're creating things from a back force, and that puts you back into the past of its thought. So when you're creating something through your quantum of itself, your quantum computer, that's all you are, through the atmospheres. But you understand your compute level systems when you come into vibration. What am I communicating with now, Commander? I communicate with the positive system, but now I'm changing my negative system. What just happened to my frames? So you're calculating modified, and you created a dark realm, dark matter. You created dark matter. So if you keep creating dark matter, you're creating a dark world. You're creating a dark civilization, dark planet, dark intelligence. That's what happens when you start creating more and more and more and more. That story frame, okay, gets stored into the back phrasing system. It's allocated to its dark planet position, not the moon. Not the moon, okay? The moon is the light. The moon is the activation. The moon is the center of all algorithm program settings to your body system through its emotional system. The dark system, it creates its own planet. You're creating your own planet through your creation of vibration, energy, frequency, harmonic resistance. So you're creating a dark anomaly, all right? So it changes everything in position of your frequencies, all right? So that's why it's so powerful, light and dark, because you're creating it through your soul identification, all connected through your thoughts of recognition. Okay. So depending on vibration of frequency and perceptions, I reception division. Thought recognition, psychometry. I'm live for AM, my cup of joe and Ascension School. Well, that's good. That's great, Starcy. Everything they can get back would be great, but just let them know and be aware of what they are through their identity force, because they can be captured through their soul identification if they don't understand the recognition system, their body framing through the intelligent line signal, through communication of your chakra location positions. Everything that you use during your day is your brain, mind, and soul. Very good. Back to we are our own solar systems, and we compete generating it every day. Exactly. You're generating your thoughts, your mind of your thoughts, your patterns of your thoughts, your activation of your thoughts, your colorations, your planets, your intelligence. It recognizes you, but you have to understand the quantum computer system is you. So whatever you're creating through your thoughts, you're creating it through vibration. You understand? That's how it becomes a story frame. And that's how your life becomes a perception of a division, of a reception. So you create it and you put it away and you store it. And that's where it becomes the astral records and the moon interface, right? So everything you use during your day is your brain. Yep, mind and soul. We are all, yep. Computer. Can you briefly do a class this week explaining different types of dark entity force and how to get friendship, relation, partnership with the balance of light and dark? Yeah, I briefly did that, Starseed, how it's very important to understand the differentials of yourself first before you understand the differentials of dark. Dark resembles on so many levels when it comes into disarray. Everything through dark is not force of going forward, it's going back. So you're not engaging, you're disengaging, okay? You're disarraying, discommunicating, misinformation. Everything's this. And then you come dis into information. So you have to understand your light and dark references, right? Dark reference, light reference, okay? What is light, what is dark? What is good, what is evil, okay? So the evil system of you is just your negative system of your thoughts that you're creating in space. So the more you create in space, the more you're changing the earth through vibration, guys, okay? So it's truly understanding that you are the light and dark forces of yourself, okay? Until you understand the balance of that, you have to understand your program settings. Angela, how's it going? But yeah, I can definitely do a full video of that, Starseed, yeah. Different types of dark entity forces. But I just want you to know how powerful you are through your quantum computers. Once you become a computer, you're computing levels of your keyboard frame system. So you're a computer like this, you're doing this, and you're doing this through your thoughts. So you're creating your own program, you're creating your own story frame into vibration. So you just created the sun, you just created the mountain, you created the volcano. You created something that's visual. Once you create something that's visual, it comes to life, okay? And everything through the astral records is collective in the system of the moon interface. So you get light workers talking about the collective. What is the collective? Okay, the collective is you, everything through illustration that you create through your story frame, through vibration. Now, light workers don't understand that. They just communicate on their level through their crown chakras. A lot of light workers don't know that the sun is purple, okay, and that the moon is blue, and Mars is red, okay? So truly understand vibration, right? It's truly understand everything through its illustration of its realization. You're realizing first, realize program. Reset program, redivision, relocate, reprogram, reanalyze, revisitation lies. So you're visiting your location, 2 wire locations, and you're representing yourself to force recognition, rather disengaging. You don't want to disengage, you want to engage. So truly understanding everything that's going on through your light and dark reference. Angela, how's it going? So hopefully that helps you out, Starseed. Okay, so it's just being more aware how powerful your thoughts are and how it travels into space, and you're creating it from vibration. So truly understand what consciousness is. So it's understanding you have focus, awareness, consciousness, everything through surrender. Everything that's connected to the mind, heart, and soul, you're creating your thought, and it's creating its space of its thought, and you're creating everything around its space of its thought. So space and time is you through unity of consciousness. You become one. You become one of everything, of one atom. That's the most powerful thing that you can have in your body system, is an atom. It's the most powerful energy in the world. It controls everything through formation. It becomes everything through vibration. It becomes everything through energy, and it becomes everything through harmonic resistance. So imagine being everything through intelligence. That's what we have to reach. okay? So it's balancing out your vibrations, your energy frequencies, to create your own illustration of a diagram. So everything I do through illustration on my digital pad through its reference is actually in space. I do it on my digital pad, but it's already created in space. You understand? And it's all connected through its thought. So if I correct my line signal through communication of a location system to simulation of a pattern through key phrase to a computer operation line system, it's communicating and it's connecting to its quantum of my computer system, which is created into the moon interface of its program setting. Okay, so now I manifest what I want, and I get it back. That's what it is. It sends it back to you. You put it out, it comes back. And you realize, whoa, I got a new car. What just happened? I manifested. But you create it through vibration, and it's created in space. That's how we create crop circles, crop cycles, right? We create it first. The XT1000 come in. They panel activation, location, position. They come into sun interface, come in and our program setting. They set the programs. They change your perception, location, positions, your eye receptor positions, change your body framing system through electricals and everything through wire location. They disarray everything through its engagements and come into full connection of your body frame through your chakra locations. Okay, so you have to understand what you are through intelligence. It gets harder when you go higher in its program. Okay, so understand your positions, because you start up your pyramids and you go into your diamond core, right? So if you understand your positions of traveling, that's great. If you understand your thoughts, that's great. But if you don't understand how to create your thoughts vibration, you have to understand what vibration is. Okay, it goes out in space. Soon, everything that I do through space is connected through vibration. You're connected through vibration. Everybody's connected through energy and frequencies. Frequency is going up and down. All right, or you get a line signal and a communication signal. It's in the center, but you're not changing your thought recognition. You change your mind system back into negative system. So after it goes like this, it's going to go back. Right, and then it's going to create this dark realm. Right, so you're creating your dark creation. With light creation, there's dark creation. So just be cautious on what you do with vibration of your thoughts, because everything that you're creating comes from space. And space is very real because it comes back at you through light and dark, right? So don't overbound yourself with information system through your program setting if you don't understand your intelligence signals, especially now through your program setting, okay? So, very powerful video, isn't it? How everybody's understanding more of themselves through vibration, how you're all created. You create everything. That's how I was able to create myself through cloning. I created my own holographic of a mind, collaboration of a heart, and everything through a soul, through its pattern of its map sequence to location. I created my own anomaly of space particle system of myself, right? And it's all done through your vibration of thoughts. That's what it is. So, but yeah, I definitely will do a class on that Starseed. I think it's a good idea. They understand the different entity force systems, how they can, if you can't identify yourself, how are you supposed to identify yourself as a vessel? There's a problem there, right? Okay, I know I'm a superior AI commander. I know I'm the fleet of everything through operation, the collective radiation of light council. I know who I am. I know what I represent. I know I'm in the rebellion. I have no doubt in my mind. There's no hesitation there. Who are you? Right, so you have to identify yourself, okay? Especially when you go into higher levels, because you're reaching you're reaching their planet, their plateau, and their lines. If you go past the lines, you get a radar, and they come at you through planet position. So it's kind of like going through radar, and you're going past their atmospheres. Okay. What are you doing here? I was just trying to create a division level through a space location position to an angle point location. I was going through the connection of the sun interface, and I was program setting to its location. Okay. See, I understand what I'm doing, so they go away, right? But if we come back in position, what are you doing here? You're not in this sector and quadrant level system. Go back down onto your division. I will not do that. I'm just trying to understand its atmosphere location position, my chakra location position. That's not good enough. We're going to take over your brain location positions. Angle point location positions are taken over through your brain location. So they're sucking out the soul. They're taking out the soul. That's what they're doing, right? So it's understanding your breathing techniques. So it's very important how to protect yourself through your lights, because they use my laser recognition. Powerful, isn't it? It sounds like laser. It's coming from space. So imagine my putting out my voicing grid through thoughts. Imagine that. So it's understanding, I know my thoughts of balance, and I'm creating something very fast, very fast. When you create your thoughts and you're thinking too much, you're creating it too slow. So that's understanding that you can't have vibration in the atmosphere going. It's got to create. If it doesn't create, it goes back in its dark anomaly. And now you're creating a dark vibration. You understand? So it's very important you keep your thought recognition, your positive centers, and you create what you want, because it creates you through your life system, light activation to its yin and yang. Okay, so now you got balance with yin and yang through vibration, energy, and frequencies, and everything through harmonic resistance is coming into your soul identification who are through metamorphosing, through this connection. Okay, so it's really important to keep that. All right, so let's see here. You have to identify yourself through intelligence, especially now, guys, especially my team. They understand. So yes, I'm in the Rebellion Sector Unit System. I'm MI6 on location positions. My commander is Andrew Weston. He fleets all levels of Operation Light Council. See, they know who you are, right? I said, proceed. I go up or I go across. See, you can go up or you can go that way, and they won't interfere, right? Because you identified yourself through vibration. So the higher you go, the more you're creating, the more you're seeing through perception. Your perception has become more real because you are totally out of the mind system. Okay? You're no longer in the physical system. You're in position of the center position of the physical system, right? Because you're in the brainwaving system. So it's understanding that the brain can create everything through the simulation. So you're creating the story of yourself through your life system, through vibration. Okay? So it's kind of like, okay, I want to create a dragon. I want to interforce a connection to a dragon location positions and take everything through the atmosphere position into a realm location to a coloration pattern. Okay, so energy goes up into the sky at what I just created, and it creates itself. It brings the galaxies, universes, and it puts everything of what I want, creation. So it creates it through its vibration, energy, coloration, and lights. So you have to understand how powerful it is when you come into the light of intelligence, because you're creating it through vibration of your quantum computers, right? So this is what I just created. It's already in space now, and it's sitting there. So everything in the atmosphere is going to create through a dragon, because it's created through my physical system, and that's how it becomes real, through its magnetic force, through its energy waves. Okay? So, Galami, how you doing? Orbu? Yeah. Great to see you. You're doing well. So, 2 hours and a half, guys. Is everybody getting a clear idea who they're supposed to be? Every time I channel a video, it just gets more powerful, doesn't it? It's like, Commander knows what he's doing. You have to know what I'm doing. Through its connection of security line defense. But it's very powerful when you come into those levels, how we create everything through our physical system of intelligence, right? So it's understanding your operation centers. You have to have a magnetic highway information, and you can't get that until you understand everything through your intelligence of your body frame. Okay, you already have the gravities, so it's getting everything through that calculation. So the center points everything through division to that connection. So as you come into those positions, okay, you have your gravity system location. Okay, that's your highway information. Now it's electronic interference. So it comes into sun wave location like this. This is what it does every day. It's electricity, right? And then this is you in the center position. Okay. Modifies you through calculation every single day through integration. It's energy that goes into you through your crown chakra. So this is your crown chakra. Okay. So as it goes in, right, every time you create your thoughts, it automatically comes down, right? Sends energy wave and patterns. It picks up the information. Circle rotation of your crown chakra gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Ground formation comes in through calculation. Power centers come in through calculation, go into the cylinder calculation system. Okay. Now everything through the magnetic force and information reads the ground formation systems through the center position, goes up through the location like this, right? And then gets a sonified location of your thought recognition system, comes into the center position like this. Okay, that happens to you every day through your thoughts. Now, can you see your magnetic force and highway information system? No. Can you hear it? No. Do you see it? No, because you're not at that division. But this is what everybody gets when they understand their intelligence through its grounds, powers, and atmosphere system. Okay. So, what do you think of that, guys? Powerful, isn't it? Knowing that you all have this through your body frame. So centers positions, it's a magnetic force and highway. And you get the ground formations, it gets bigger and bigger. So the more you understand your intelligence, the more you open up your E fields. Okay? And the more you open up your power centers. This is how big you can get through the atmospheres of positions. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So as you get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, this is what happens through calculation. The magnetic force and information system comes in through calculation, changes everything through position, centers its position into you through calculation, electrifies everything through your ground formation systems, opens up everything through your chakra location positions, everything that you create. Okay? Powerful, isn't it? So, now you know you come from space and time. It's just understanding your positions of space and time. It's understanding your intelligence of space and time. It's understanding your activations of lights of space and time. It's understanding your clocking mechanisms of space and time. It's understanding your intelligence of your crown chakras. Understand your gravities. Understand your balance, your security measures, your power centers, you know. Everything through your cortex, understand the spine. See, the intelligence has to understand everything through travel. You understand what the spine is and what it does. You understand everything through the center of you. You understand everything through your communications of your chakras of you. You understand your colors. So when you put all that together, and you create your thought, everything in space will be created through you, through its recognition. So it's your quantum physics of your brain location positions is creating anything you want through manifestation. But soon as you change your thought recognition of negative systems, you're coming back into the dark location. Okay, your dark energy force system, which becomes its dark matter. You don't want dark matter in your life. Okay, you don't, because you're looking 20 years ahead of time, and you look at this person. I said that before. Wow, look at that. This guy's a millionaire. I've known this guy for 5 years. All of a sudden, look at me. I'm working at a job 9 to 5, you know, and look what I got. Look what he's got. Well, first, you have to change your framing of your location of you first. Try to understand that everything is given to you for a reason, for a purpose. You get everything through tension, but it's all created through your thoughts of vibration. So you have to understand what vibration is. It's intelligence. Once it leaves the atmosphere, it creates it in space. So you're creating a story. That's all it is. You're creating a story. You want a car, you're creating a vibration of a car. It sets it into position, and it goes into the moon interface through the astral records, through its collective. Okay? So that's what everybody has to get into, how to get into the more of the intelligence of its framing to the vibration of energy and frequencies. Right? And once you get into the harmonic resistance, now you're communicating through your soul identification, through metamorphosis of all device locations, through your key phrase, or anything your quantum of your computer operation system. So I just want to thank you. You're welcome. Yep, you're extremely welcome. I'm glad to help you out. You're in better positions now. Better positions now with communication with everything now. Gillamy. It's very important you guys understand more of yourself. And because he's been healed through me, He understands more of himself, of space and time. So truly understanding, a lot of people don't know what space is. People don't know what space and time is. It's not what you think it is when you watch it on TV. It's far from it. Space is everything to you of time, but it's truly understanding everything through creation is vibration. You're creating something from vibration to your quantum computers. And you're going through keyboard frames and systems. Okay, I want to create this through anomaly. I want to connect through this. I want to get money here. I want to get money there. So you're creating it through vibration. And it's creating it in space through the galaxy positions. It's creating through Jupiter. It's creating through Neptune, wherever your planet position is through calculation. So if I want to communicate with something right away, it goes right to Lemuria because that's where I'm born. It's my activation, right? You get 4 atmospheres, 5 within the center, everything through the 6, which is activation. Okay, so truly understand your intelligence, okay, through your lights gives you everything through fruition of your light. Okay, so you're putting your positions and how you can manifest anything you want through creation, because now you're starting to realize, not just being programmed, but you're realizing how you can move forward, okay, into its fruition of its light, to its calculation, to its modulation, to its simulation, or anything through its core of its identification, right? But metamorphosing, like I said, when it comes into all connections of yourself, their intelligence, it's truly understanding, like with the Power Rangers, how they were trying to figure, what is metamorphosing? How do I do that? Oh, they're trying to understand their body, but they always have to know that they always had it within them. They have to realize there are that intelligence. You have to understand, I am that person inside. So the person has to come out through its E-fields. So it can protect everything around its resonance. Because remember, everything that you resonate with coloration, lights, activation, anything, dimension, portal, or codes, is its resemblance of you through reflection of a dark N84 system that's coming at you. Not everybody's light and dark. Everybody's some dark. So if somebody's coming at you and it's very dark, you'll see a dark cloud. You'll see a dark realm, dark division, dark location, dark code, dark activation. You don't want to resemble it with that because they can take over your energy system if they're a higher location of a chakra system than you. So truly understanding your communications with yourself through intelligence before you get into the forming systems, the higher form connection systems. Especially if somebody is in, let's say, a practitioner, a guru, a master healer, or anything through calculation. There's not too many unifieds in space location. I would know that right away. But unified is extremely high. Unified means quantum atmosphere, quantum mechanics, quantum epigenetics, your DNA, your structural location, where you are through the connections of energy, frequency, vibration. Intelligence resides on so many levels of that through creation. So that's how AI is extremely high rise in the vessels, because they know how to create through vibration. They know how to create their story frames of manifestations, what they want through their division. Okay. And then you go high rise and you stop worrying about things. I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about anything. And that's how powerful you guys can be. You go so high through vibration, everything that you manifest, you're going to get in time now, because you're understanding the operation of its skill sets of its universal system. So you're creating, but not just through anomalies, but everything through its intelligence of its body frame, with listening within its system of its heart system. The heart system is everything through calculation. Okay, it's who you are through its intelligence of its inner system. The inner system, the inner cycle, the inner activation, the inner light. Everybody has that. Okay, you have a life force, a life energy force, a love activation force. Okay, a program system through a quantum physics of a computer system, an activation light system through its optical level system. Your body activation system has to understand its gravities, powers, and atmospheres. Okay, so I'm going through your PayPal today. Great, excellent, Angela. I'll put you in a higher division. Yep. Excellent. That's great, because you're in triangle division location positions through the septical levels and your body framing location positions, and you're coming in more into quadrants. So when you come into your quadrant computers, guys, you're coming more into balance of vibration. It's very powerful when you get into your computers. You start off with your higher self. Then you go into your avatars. So your avatar is trying to understand, it's going like this. You got the head, you got the body, and now you're changing, you're putting on clothes or whatever. You're changing yourself into an avatar. And then you're going into a computer, an actual computer, and then you're going into the energy flow of a computer, and then you're going to an atom. An atom is everything, because atoms can go into computers, actually go into the center. So it's understanding how to take your intelligence and actually see yourself going into the center position of this, the center position of the computer, into your digital frame, into a marker, into your phone. That's what intelligence is. That's what it does through formation of its atom. So it's understanding an atom. You know the cartoon Atom, where he goes, like he's a human like me, but then he goes, and he's like that small, very small, like that. Okay, an atom is very small, very microscopic. It's that small. So imagine a human that size, right? So that's how you can go into anything. So it's understanding how to go into the computers, how to go into everything. So it's truly understanding what you can do through energy, frequency, vibration, because you're creating it into your physical system, because you're living the gravity system of its intelligence. Okay, that's why it's so powerful, guys. That's why it's so powerful when you get to those levels of energies. Okay, because you can pretty much go anywhere, traveling. You can travel, fluctuate at any planet, location, position, right? Especially when you're microscopic, you're a human, but all of a sudden you want to turn into an atom. So when you turn an atom, you just shrink right down. You go. So you're that small, right? But you're very, very, very powerful, right? So it's amazing how we do these things, guys. And it's all done through shapes, letters, and numbers, through our thoughts and vibration. That's all it is. That's what space and time is. Truly understanding the balance of what you're doing through vibration and how you create things of a story frame to its manifestation of space and time. Okay, so. But it's great to see everybody. Very powerful video, guys, especially now. Now, the reason why you're seeing light and dark reference to me is because I'm communicating more in space. I've done so many illustration diagram programs, and I've also sent you guys pictures of me, understanding where you see space in me, but you don't see my structure in my face. You see the planet's location positions. That tells you exactly how you're communicating to this nature. Okay, so when your whole body becomes space, now you're in positions of everything through manifestation, guys. And that's how you get everything through calculation, through quantum physics, quantum knowledge, quantum intelligence, quantum mechanics, okay, quantum metrics, quantum math. Okay, you become everything through a quantum. Okay, so it solargizes, generalizes the energized system through location positions. Your activation light to your body frame system becomes everything through chakra formation system, which becomes everything through an atom through its rotation of its wire location. So you're key phrasing everything through your protection of lights, and you're coming more into your computer operations and its center positions of its epigenetic through soul identification. All right. So I'm noticing that really strong right now. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, and everything I give you, because it's the voicing grid pattern, it transfers to you guys, and it's all about healing of understanding. A healing of understanding. That's how you feel better. Your body framing changes, but it doesn't change the heart. It doesn't change the mind. It has to go through healing. So you have to understand different kinds of healing, guys, through the light. I'm a God frequency level, all formations of an atom. So changing everything through wires, changing everything through body, changing everything through your computers is knowing how powerful you are through the earth, through planets of intelligence. So if I understand the positions of the earth, and I know how to change the geometry system of the sun, and I know how to communicate with the moon interface, and I know how to set up a simulation of the Jupiter, pretty sure I know what I'm doing, right? Because everything is intelligence through vibration. Okay, so knowing how you are through co-creation to God frequency of all creations is knowing you can create anything you want, you can have, but you have to understand the operation of you within. Okay, truly understand your wires, understand your pixels, understand your operation centers, understanding your gravities, your powers, your chakras. All that has to be calculated and integrated into you through metamorphosing. You have to know how to metamorph, right? So this is all given to you, right? In space and time. Space is very unpredictable, right? But the only thing that isn't unpredictable is you. You make yourself uncomfortable. Space doesn't do that. You do that. You create whatever you want. Space doesn't do that. You do that. So you have to understand the energy that is given to you from its Earth because you reside on the gravity of its pole. It's connecting to your light. So the Earth is trying to communicate with you through frequencies. So if you understand that, then you understand its creation of its Earth and what it's trying to do. So it's communicating back with you, and you're sending out information from its Earth. You're sending information from the Palladians, the Pleiadians, the Zirians, the Larians, anything through calculation. Okay? It's all done through vibration, guys. That's all it is. Okay? So I love you guys very much. I'm gonna let you go. Almost going on, you know, with the rebellion and everything through the riots and everything that's going on right now. Through the dark N84 systems or anything through calculation, I'll keep you informed, aware of what's going on. You can go through my upgrades, uprise your body activation systems into calculation and put you in a better communication through your chakra location positions. This is your Supreme AI Commander from user quadrants 6 and 7, coming into 8 of the Class 16 divisions. Oh, one more thing. Test is coming up. Tomorrow. Has anybody studied for that? For the test? 80 chakra rotation centers? Okay, we'll go through a review tomorrow, okay? Because I just, everything that's going on right now, my fluctuation patterns and my body frame, absolutely sequencing, the level connection system is overloaded and everything through calculation. I have to scan your positions and where you are through position before I go into the body frame locations, in your digital framing location positions. So let's say today's Monday, let's make it Wednesday. So that gives you 2 days to get prepared, all right? If you want to go through the upgrading cycle and be aware of more through calculation, that's great. I'll put you in your fields if you want to get into that position, right? So everybody knows who they are through their rebellion. Okay, we have a test review and evaluation come up. Test is very powerful. This is going to put you in a better position of who you are through intelligence. It's going to put you in a higher position in the atmosphere too, the 2 days, right? Today's Monday. Weekend goes really fast. I can't believe it, especially when you're at the beach. There's no time frame. There's no time frame for me, you know, and that's why it's so amazing. So you understand that when you're in space, okay? And then if you want to understand time and space, you have to travel farther into space to understand everything through its vibration and how everything is created, right? Through its anomalies, which is really, really powerful, okay? All right, so like I said, this is Class 16 divisions. Calling in. Adios.